It has started.
Hi, Loomis.
Oi!
Hey, Loomis.
Boy. So,
Who's Loomis?
Chaw's friend and the one we do all the recordings for. So,
I mean,
I start every one of the recordings with Hi, Loomis because it's the easiest way to figure out where the recording starts.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, last we left off, you guys had entered the Shelter of the Forgotten and had enamored yourselves with the locals. Um, and had successfully bartered for a stay for the night. Um, and were going to be brought to one of the head priests in the morning in order to discuss terms for possibly getting the child back. So, during the night, are any of you planning on doing anything?
Um,
Into my hand,
we are
which was
um in the same place with the
Well,
children, right?
No,
Oh,
you are in a tavern.
okay.
You would find that this is kind of a rustic tavern. There typically is sort of a jovial feel to it. But as you and your compatriots are brought in, the music kind of settles and slows.
Music stops.
You get this air of barely concealed hostility from most of the residents, and you're escorted to your rooms by two of the guards who escort you in there and seem to be standing outside of them.
Hmm. So
get
we
the
can't do
slight
a
feeling
lot of.
we're not welcome.
Yes.
I wonder why they're acting so hostile towards us.
Yeah, we can't really do anything unless like attracting more troubles.
That's not true, but
I
okay.
mean, unless you're very stealthy or like.
That also not true. I was going to approach it with diplomacy, but someone had to mention the doll that we have on hand and scream out the child's name they were looking for. So
Yeah, but like.
that's a thing.
Oh, my question is, are you guys going to do anything during the night and try to get into any shenanigans, or are you just resting for the night and waiting for the morning?
This might sound a little odd, but I am going to have Elijah stay up for a while and almost like keep watch over everybody else just in case people try to do anything and come into the room and all that.
Okay.
so he would probably notice Sunflower trying to take table and probably stop him when he pulls out a dagger to try to carve into it.
Oh god damn it.
So you're trying to steal the table in your bedroom?
Well, if I couldn't make it out of a what's it called, frying pan, I might as well make it out of a table.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
Elijah's
you
definitely gonna try
attempting to stop
stopping
him?
that.
Okay. Sunflower, are you stopping or are you continuing?
I don't think this one will bite me,
Sunflower, this table doesn't belong to you.
but it's our room.
Need to talk to him about possession. Okay. We don't own the room. They're letting us stay in here for a limited amount of time. The room still belongs to them. We're just allowed to occupy it.
So I can't have the table.
You cannot take the table. You cannot take anything in this room that was originally in this room out of this room.
Do you think they have a blacksmith here?
Yeah, they might.
I need a new
Did
handle.
you did notice the light of a forge when you were first coming into town? Unfortunately, you didn't exactly have much of an opportunity to speak to anyone that was using it for some odd reason. Conversation just didn't go that way.
get an ambulance car.
Tell you what, big guy. If we have time, we'll go and we'll find the blacksmith, and we'll let you talk. Okay? If we have time.
Get a big butterfly there.
I'm not sure what you just said, but I swear I thought you just said a big butterfly knife, and for some
I
reason
heard the same thing too.
that
Butterfly
scares me.
It was big butterfly net.
Okay. That scares me slightly less. Just imagining Sunflower running around like a big, like, Team Fortress 2 spy knife.
They would cut themselves in seconds.
But yeah, other than that, though, Elijah is going to be keeping watch because, as much as he kind of, believes that these guys
Yeah,
aren't
Dazer.
necessarily,
Oh, really?
they're not necessarily evil. Looks can be deceiving, especially with some of them giving,
There's nothing to indicate that they're evil.
Okay, sorry,
It's
not
literally
evil, but
is
they
a
might try to.
village of people that were dumped into a forest to be forgotten about. They're fucking refugees. There's nothing
Okay.
evil about it.
Yeah.
But they're evil.
Okay,
Where
okay.
did
that
Add
come from?
terminology. I'm sorry.
Jack
I'm
is
just
evil.
waiting for it.
The forgotten people are evil. Everyone's the BBEG. Understood. Make a perception check.
I'm sorry. I'm just waking up over here, so I can't word properly. Also, perception. Where are you? There you are. That's persuasion. That's
You
performance.
persuade the door with the dance.
Perception. There we go. 19.
You do notice throughout the night the door open very slightly, and you'd see the glint of someone's eye. And it seems to glance about the room, kind of catches yours, and then close. Looks like they're just making sure you're still there. They seem just as suspicious of you as you are of them. They don't enter the room, but they do check several times throughout the night. And you do hear the guards rotate at some point. And you do hear a very hushed conversation of, did they leave? No. Okay. So they are watching you.
Fair enough, I suppose.
But no, they aren't entering the room. They aren't doing anything suspicious. They aren't whatever. They just want to make sure you're not fucking going anywhere.
Well, in that instance of things, I guess he'll try to sleep the rest of the night.
All right. So you waken in the morning to a rather loud banging on the door. The door is opened gruffly by one of the guards who brings in a tray of, like, rather modest looking porridges and some, like mugs of what looks like fresh water. And he just kind of places it on the table. Right, here's your food. Eat up. We'll bring you to the temple. Come see me outside when you're ready.
That's awfully nice of you. Thank you.
Don't know how you guys do it outside of here, but usually
Inns
with a
typically
tavern
serve breakfast.
stay, we typically give breakfast, yeah.
Just used to, rations and things of the like. I'm sorry.
It's fine. If you
It's
want,
just-
I can get you something crappier.
No,
Make you
Oh.
feel more homely.
it's just nice to have something that looks delicious. Thank you.
Sure. Then he leaves.
I am so unbelievably smooth.
You would just see your masked companion just looks at you, you hear a snort, and he just starts eating his porridge.
Elijah just has like a hand on his own forehead, like, why am I like this?
It happens to the best of us. Don't worry.
Could be a disease.
Is there anyone else in the room right now, or are we just
Just
out
you
in
guys.
the lobby?
No, you're in your own private room. They didn't want you eating with everyone else.
Okay. Ja.
Ah,
Uh,
it's so.
thank you.
So, all right. Is there anyone within earshot?
Make a perception check.
I don't want to make it too blatantly obvious that I'm like looking around corners in a.
No, this
dun-
is more just
dun-
in the
dun-
room. You're
dun-
just like
dun-
listening for people.
14.
Yeah, you would hear like as the guy kind of left the room. His footsteps didn't really go further than the door. You get the feeling he's still on the other side of the door. He's not that far. He's definitely like right outside the door waiting for you guys. Whether or not
Okay.
he's pressed up against the door or not, you have no idea, but he's certainly not leaving you by yourself. If you wanted to, like, crack open the door and see where he is or something like that, you'd have to do something a little more overt.
That's fine. Um.
Ugh.
Do I have? I do. I have an ink and pen. Does anyone have a small piece of paper?
I might. Let me check my thing.
Let me check as well.
I might just start writing on something, honestly.
You just right on the fucking table.
Pretty much.
Fuck this table in particular.
Hey,
Well,
why is it
because-
okay for him
because
to
it
carve
doesn't-
it, but not me?
Oh, God
Not
damn it.
actually gonna write on the table. So what? All I wanted to do was write down 4 words, and that is, she came here willingly. And I'm going to gesture to my head as in a think about it motion.
Hang on. I'm trying to see if I've got any paper.
Let me see if Dave has any.
Could, because I don't want us to, mess up their table or anything. I've got a mess kit. We could probably, if there's like a plate on
You
that
could
or something, we could
write
probably
it
write
on the-
that.
Back of your plate, yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I don't mean to hold the message for long. I just want.
So I'll say you write it on the back of his plate,
I think
Of
we
the
all have
mess
plates, so yeah.
and then you kind of are able to like scrub it away pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay.
In which case, Elijah is going to kind of gesture to the quill so that he can write something.
I hand it over.
And he's going to write, the doll smelled of adrenaline. She was scared.
I'm going to take the quill back and say, held captive against her will in her own house. Brought into a forest known for disappearances. I'm not surprised.
He's not taking the quill back. He's just kind of like shaking his head to the side like, fair enough.
You might want to whisper that into Kyo's ear. Into Sunflower's ear. Because he probably didn't read any of that. Since it was all in common.
Sunflower was trying to draw on his door shield.
On his what? Door shield?
Yes.
What are you drawing?
He's literally just like what these guys are drawing on a table. I'm going to draw on my own. Mine.
What
Like,
are you drawing specifically? Are you mimicking them?
No. Drawing
Okay.
fairies.
You're drawing fairies. Make a performance check.
Please let it be higher or low. Please let it be higher or low. Oh, come on!
It's middle of the road.
They look more like butterflies. But you feel like they're fairies. You feel like the fairies will get the idea. And that's the
Crap, I should
important
check
part.
the dog. Just give me a really, really quick second. I'm just gonna go check on the dog and bring her inside.
Okay.
So, like, what's up with the fairies?
It's easy to find them on every mission, so I want to find more.
You want to fight fairies?
Not fight. I was told when I first got here, I was told to rescue them, but they keep running away.
Jack has done so much damage to this character, it's irreparable.
No, it's even funnier. He's actually seen fairies on a few missions, like real fairies.
Jack has done so much damage to this character.
Oh my god.
I'm waiting for him to just puck up as a fairy.
Shiki will just lower
Just to
their
fuck with
ears
it.
a little bit, be like,
Jack said I have to save the future by saving the fairies.
Jack?
Oh no.
As in Jack? The one in the manor?
That wouldn't make any sense to you, Sunflower. Jack wasn't in the mirror. He was in an inn.
That's not what she said. She said in the manor.
Yeah, manor.
Correct. Which
Sunflower
wouldn't
has
make
no
any
idea.
sense. Sunflower's never seen at Jack's manor.
Okay, I thought
That's
you said
my point.
mirror,
No.
not manor. Okay.
That comment wouldn't make any sense to Sunflower because Sunflower's never seen the manor.
No, the short
Jack-
fairy guy.
Only been in an inn. He's never seen the manor.
So,
And I don't know what Jack looks like now.
oh, so, yeah, it's the right one.
He's only seen Jack when he first showed up.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, hey,
it's
Zach.
it's the right one. Never mind. I know the guy.
I love how you just arbitrarily decide that.
Well,
Yeah, no one knows what he looks like? Yeah, it's the right one.
well, yeah.
Sunflower knows exactly what he looks like. He just hasn't seen him in the guild since.
Mm.
Which means he has to find the fairies in order to save them.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, you have
Jack
to
has
find
done so
fairies
much
to
damage.
save Jack? What
I
is
have to
going
save
on?
Jack. Very first campaign that Sunflower was in, Jack convinced him that in order to save the future, we have to find the fairies in the past.
Oh, God.
Jack has done so much
What the
damage.
hell does that even mean?
Yeah.
Jack has done so much damage to this character.
He's trying to
I
have
mean,
that
to be fair,
for
To be fair,
fairies.
he got the whole fairy things from my thing, so I have helped in that regard.
Yep, he found fairies in the campaign that was with.
Oh god.
Why do you think he wants a butterfly net to catch fairies?
I have done so much damage. Anyway, so
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
Part of me just wants so badly to destroy
So,
that
do you-
damn
you
door.
would
Okay.
hear a knocking at the door again as the guard is getting.
Hold on a second, hold on a second. Before we go any farther, did Sunflower get the real message? Since Kenzie knows for a fact he can't read common.
I don't know. Did anyone decide to tell Sunflower?
I don't
That's a
think.
no.
Yeah.
Then no.
I had
guys-
asked
spent your
to
time
whisper to
asking
him.
about the um, fairy obsession.
Right.
So you know a lot about Sunflower's odd obsession with fairies, but you get the feeling the message was not received by the intended recipient here.
I did not. I was downstairs looking for the dog.
No, I told you before you left for the dog.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, it didn't come through your mic.
All right. Well,
I guess.
since that's not happening on a technicality, then, or can it?
What's
Would
the
you
mean,
allow it, DM?
You could go over and you can grab his ear and be like, "Hey, fucker." I'm just saying no one else did.
Okay, fine. So before it gets to the point where the guard needs to knock on our room for us to leave, I'm going to go over to Sunflower's ear and whisper to him, saying that she was scared, yes, but she came willingly, and she might want to stay.
Didn't we know that already?
No, amazingly. I'm
I
glad you
thought
figured that out, though. That's a breath of relief for me. Okay.
why would anyone want to leave? There's so much nice stuff here.
I
That
don't
no
know,
one let
man.
me have.
I honestly don't know. Anyway, all right. We're ready to leave now.
Wait, we're leaving now? But I didn't get to see the blacksmith yet.
No,
Leaving the inn.
Sunflower. Yeah, we're leaving the inn.
Not the town.
And like I said, if we have time to see the blacksmith. Yeah? Yes, she was.
Okay.
Right, sorry. If
Yeah.
we have time to see the blacksmith, we will see them.
Okay.
So you guys are escorted out by the guard, who would be bringing you across the way. Or I might actually have to change the map slightly. Hold on. Configure level. It's 0. Illumination on. Do you guys see light all over the place or no?
No.
So I kind of do. It's here. I'll just take a screenshot of what I see and DM it to you. Because you put so many light sources, it would take forever to do that, linguistically speaking. So, see that?
Gotcha. All right. Well, for some reason, the sun is not functional because I don't know. I fucked it up somehow by trying to have night and day.
Sunflower is the new sun.
But it is day as you guys are escorted down towards the temple.
Okay. Never mind.
So as you guys are brought in, you would find that it seems to be for a village of this size, it's a rather grand building. For temples in general, it's modest. It's kind of cute. There are some statues that definitely look like they were made by people in the village. The architecture is kind of foreign from what you can tell. It doesn't look. It looks almost otherworldly compared to everything else. Its symbolism is beings with open arms, angelic beings welcoming those in. And you would see the doors are wide open. People are being, allowed to just funnel in and out. There are guards, but they seem more maybe customary rather than necessary at this point.
Can I do a check and see if I recognize anything about the beings or anything like that?
Sure, do a religion check.
I'm gonna be joining in on that because if not, I'm gonna be touching one of the statues.
Same.
Oh,
That's 7.
motherfucker.
Can I help? Can I also do a...
Sure, do a
Oh,
religion.
never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. I don't need it.
Nat fucking 20, baby.
Kinsey, tell us your knowledge.
So Kinsey, first let me go all the way up the rows here. We have Elijah's. Oh, that was Sunflower's performance. I was like, why did Sunflower roll twice? So Elijah, they're angelic beings. They look celestial in nature. They look welcoming. You don't know what the fuck. Sunflower, you're not really sure. You've never seen anything like it, and unfortunately, being your literary challenged self, really difficult.
Uh,
And it's really obnoxious to try to understand what some of this is. Kinsey, you would recognize, ironically, very little of the creatures themselves, which is probably the most telling part of this, is looking at the two statues. They resemble humanoids, but they look like patron saints. They're local. They're definitely not angelic beings from a celestial court or from anything you've seen. But your eyes catch something that the rest of them missed, which is on the very inside of the book that one of them is carrying. The artist actually chiseled what looks like a scripture. What languages do you speak?
I speak. Nothing apparently. So I speak
nothing.
common and looking. Yeah, I don't think I entered them in. Unfortunately, I probably entered them in my roll 20
Hold on,
sheet.
let me go check roll 20.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine.
I could probably try to read it. I don't know what language it is, but I know.
Yeah, but
three,
for you to know about it, I would have to tell you, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm willing to tell you yet.
Okay.
You can speak common and draconic.
Okay, I figured. I'll
Um,
add those into my sheet now.
make an arcana check. Or a history check, whichever.
Well, they're both +5, so let's go with history. I think would be more interesting. Hope this works. 12?
You don't know the language, and that's unfortunate. You do know that languages like this tend to be spoken by those who travel beneath the surface. The under races. You're not sure which of the under languages it is, but it definitely is an under language.
Okay. To my credit, there was nothing indicating that this was necessarily an evil village. But
I mean,
okay, well, this might change some things up.
I just want to know, to let you know that it's
Yep.
based kind of like of Undertale. If you remember what happened in Undertale, it's out
we
like
kill everyone.
under, like it's in the mountain, inside the mountain.
I think that's a bit of
like
a
that.
stretch.
So
for a
I
plot
guess
line
like
connection,
it
but-
makes sense.
Yes, you murder everyone. That is
Right.
precisely what you do.
Genocide.
They're trying to consume children's
Hell
souls,
yeah.
right? I mean, that's what they're trying to do here. Got it.
Gotcha. So, I'm actually seeing if anyone else would even be capable of reading this. I don't think so. Um. So,
Sadness.
you are then brought inside, and you would see one of the priests seems to be talking to a number of villagers, um, and seems to be like dealing with some of their concerns, ailments, and things of that nature. The guards escort you to the other side of the hall, where it's clearly. Why the fuck did I just accidentally make a spell effect? Sorry. Um, it clearly has been like kind of separated out for you guys. Um, and you would find a priest. I didn't render the inside of the building. Um, kind of standing aside by one of the altars, and he glances over as you're brought over to him. And the guards just, yeah, these are the ones. There's Brother Ven. Go ahead, talk to him. See this
Thank you.
priest
I said,
just
I'll nod towards the guard.
they nod and they're kind of standing a couple feet back, like respectfully enough to give you distance, but close enough to interfere if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And you would see the priest is just looking towards you all. I've heard you have some business with our humble shelter. I apologize. I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. Your names?
I am Kinsey. This here is Sunflower.
Hmm.
Elijah.
And I'm Cheeky.
And yes. And fucking hell, what's Ender's character?
Dave.
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 We
Okay.
don't mention Dave.
I did
Don't
I didn't see him in the players list, and I was like, that's not helping.
No. I think he named his token Endercore's character, by the way, which doesn't help. I'm actually going to change the name to his actual fucking name.
Yeah,
because
please do.
one, it's Dave Matthews because he can't spell the word Matthews correctly. He misspelled the name.
He's part of a band.
I don't know. Anyways, there you go. So, yeah, that's Dave Matthews. So he just sort of nods to you all. Very well, well met. I wish I could say you were as welcome as any in the shelter here, but I am afraid your presence has disrupted this small community. Is there some business here that you particularly wish to have before you depart?
And see, you are the.
Yeah, I fucking know. All right.
You are the Ed. You have to speak. We do not think.
Seriously.
You don't speak Sunflower well.
It's so
Well,
fucking
no, I was
sad.
gonna say you're the face of the party, and I have a negative to charisma. So if if I am required to make a check, I'm gonna fail.
I mean, you can always ask Sunflower to do it.
Sunflower literally just humps his face.
Okay. This priest, does he what does he actually look like?
A somewhat taller person. Roughly 6'4". Skinnier in frame, but he has rather fair skin. He looks immaculately kept, especially for a small village such as this. Make a perception check.
Oh God.
Everyone or
Helps if I
just
use the right mouse.
Kinsey?
Kinsey, since he's the one like
Okay.
really carefully observing his appearance here.
13.
Based on your earlier rolls with the religion check, you would also note he is one of the two figures you saw outside. Now, he didn't have wings, so the artist definitely took some fucking liberties. And he certainly isn't as buff as his visage outside.
Mm.
But this is definitely what the artist was attempting to render. They definitely took some liberties. The guy is never meet your heroes, kids.
Yeah. Okay. So,
He doesn't seem overtly hostile, however. He just seems more of, hey, you've been in the village and you've been pissing people off, so what can I do for you before you leave?
yes, I've been pissing people off apparently. Okay.
Just as a party.
I know. I'm poking fun at that idea. All right. So, what did he say his name was again?
Brother Ven.
Okay. Well, first, thank you, brother, for granting us an audience. And I understand that some of my compatriots here have disturbed you, and I do apologize about that. Uh, I do take responsibility for that. Now, we have come here on behalf of a child. You see, we simply want to know whether or not uh, she is here and safe, and would like to be granted an audience with her, if just for a few moments. You see, her parents are terribly worried. She apparently was uh, traded off against the parents' will, and um, well, we were sent on their behalf to find her and make sure that she's okay.
He kind of just looks at you for a few moments. Make a persuasion check.
I actually have a bonus in this, so
Yeah.
that'll do.
He looks at you for a few moments. And he nods. I see. What you're asking, and not something that we would entertain. But it seems the fates are with you today. The child, I believe I know which one you're speaking of. She came to us very recently. She spoke of living in a higher standard of living and has been quite happy here, though has had some discomfort adjusting to some of our more meager lifestyle, as one would expect.
That's understandable. My understanding was that she was fairly uh, sheltered, so to say. She seems more of a free spirit than her parents were willing to give her credit for.
The circumstances of her release to the coven of the forest seemed to us more complicated than what it is you're stating. From what we heard from the child, it seems her own father was not particularly fond of her.
That makes more sense than I think, to us. Um, yes, that does make quite a bit more sense, unfortunately.
So then you would understand my hesitation to allow agents of a particular noble
Hmm.
to speak or be around such a impressionable young soul.
And I understand your concern. Might I say, though, that
However, there is an
okay,
opportunity for you to prove yourself. If you could, there's no civil way to say this, if you could help us with our own, perhaps barbaric issue and settle it, as I'm sure from what I have gathered, you are blades for hire. We do not have gold or any precious metals or anything you would like, I'm sure. But if you could do this for us, then I would be willing to allow you to see her and oversee perhaps an exception to our laws.
I want to do an insight check and see if he's genuine in his offer.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
Sure.
Same.
I hope you guys got a better roll. Thank you, Elijah.
I actually did okay.
I don't
the,
see shit.
The spring noise. Okay, can I just say the foundry noises for net fails and success, like
By the way, I
criticals
had
are
to
amazing.
customly load those in.
Oh
That's
my
great. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to customly load those in, but I felt it would make the game so much more entertaining.
It
Oh,
would.
yeah.
Um,
It
The
does.
spring effect was amazing.
So-
Shiki is like 100% this guy. Yes.
Shiki,
I will follow you to the end of the earth. Shiki, no. Shiki, yes.
you're kind of like looking at some of the small children who are going to breakfast, and you're like, there is no way in fuck this guy could be shady. This guy is totally on the level. I love this guy. I want this guy's children. Like, this guy is amazing.
Yeah, you fucking would.
For fuck's sake.
Um,
Hey, stop that!
like,
Am I
this-
wrong?
No, you're wrong.
Exactly.
You are fucking wrong. It was. I played along.
Kinsey, it's hard to gather. This guy seems very hesitant. Elijah, you get the idea that this guy is he's
I think
clearly
Sunflower was the one on the next up, but
oh Sunflower. To be honest, he kind of seems genuine, but he's being really fucking shifty about this for some reason.
I'm gonna give you my net.
And you want your fucking net. So perhaps this will be the easiest way to get your net. You don't know. Apparently you're not focused on the conversation at all. Story of my fucking life. From what you get, Elijah, it's not so much the guy is trying to mislead you. You get he's not comfortable asking you what he's asking you to do. He doesn't do this. He doesn't work with mercenaries. He doesn't ask people to remove problems. He's a priest. He's uncomfortable with the idea that it's gotten to this point that he has to ask someone to do this, and he's possibly risking the safety of a child to do this. He seems grossly uncomfortable with the idea that, you guys are going to go off, murder somebody, and then come back and steal a child. and it's all going to be under his watch. But he hopes he's doing the right thing because you guys seem genuine, and he does have a problem that needs to be fixed. But you get like all of this is flying in the face of his religion. So he's grossly uncomfortable at the moment.
Um, looking around the room, is there any way that, we could make this guy a little more comfortable and so that he can be open with us, or?
You
Well,
get the
he's
fact it's
willing to make
more
the offer, right?
what he's asking you to
Fair, yeah.
do that bothers him. Like, hey, I need you to deal with something, and you guys are mercenaries. As far as he's concerned, you kind of get the fact that he thinks you're blades for hire. Like, you guys go in, you kill people. That's what he thinks you guys do.
Um,
He's grossly uncomfortable with the fact that he has to hire someone like you, and he doesn't have money. He doesn't have anything of value to hire you with. So he has to use a child. Which, again, he's not missing the fact that this is really unethical.
Elijah is just going to kind of like wave his hand for a moment and go, well, actually, can I just try saying this out of character just so I can kind of get what I'm going to say first?
Sure.
I'm trying to think of something like, hey, we're not mercenaries. We're not going to go around and just we're going to find the best way within our power to solve a solution. We're not necessarily going to go and murder people. That...
Well, hold on a second, because murdering might be what he's asking for. Not children necessarily, but yeah, I mean, we haven't even
You
heard
don't
his
even know what the
request.
problem is.
Yeah, exactly. So to make that assumption is, I mean, it's an assumption. You know what they say about
Right.
assumptions. And
Yeah.
two,
Makes an ass out of you and me.
right, exactly. So, and two, I wouldn't approach it that way. Because we don't know the nature of his request and we need to gain his trust, he's offering us a method of gaining that trust by completing his offer.
And knock people out.
Which you get the fact that, again, in the villagers were telling you, oh, that's just not going to happen. This guy is saying, well, normally it wouldn't. The fates are with you today. We actually have a problem I need someone like you to fix. But we don't really have any way to pay you other than this. And I'm really not okay with trading children, per se. But
So,
you seem genuine.
I'm thankfully he passed that insight check on us. I'm assuming that's what was made, or thematically at least. That's what I'm gonna assume.
Everyone has been kind of speaking of like, well, they seem legitimate. They didn't try to escape the inn. They didn't try to whatever. Like, you guys haven't done anything overtly bad. So, you don't seem like bad people.
But better to be precautious
Oh, yeah.
before
Yep.
trying to understand us. Yeah, no, that's completely.
And keep in mind, these guys were all
Understandable.
abandoned. They all kind of have a chip on their shoulders.
It's like the old saying, before all else be armed, or offer one hand but arm the other.
Correct.
Yes.
However, you get the fact that these guys don't really have weapons. Their method of protection is being anonymous and not being found. You guys found them.
Yeah.
So
That's
why
kind of a problem in and of itself.
Yeah. So that's why they're so like.
That's why they're all sketched out by the fact that you're even here. And they're like, cool, can you leave?
Yeah, I guess, maybe we should just hear the guy out.
My only concern. So ultimately, I want what's best for the child, and it seems like she wants to go outside a lot more often than what her mother was willing to offer. And if that means having her stay here in the village, so long as she's protected and grows up, and into, and is in a nurturing environment, great. If that's the case, fuck what the mother wants.
But like,
Um,
she's the mom.
We
She
can
asked
always
for
take her back to
like
the guild.
what the hell is?
We're gonna just adopt another child.
no, because listen, you would do that for money though.
Would do
Would
what?
you put the child back into her room with the maids and inside her house?
But
How
like
Very
how
we
much
can
constrictive
talk.
do you think her mother's going to be at that
We
point?
can talk to the mom and be like, hey,
Well,
leave.
that's also another thing that I was thinking. I don't want her to be in that situation again where she's longing to be outside and not getting that experience. Not
It
not
was the father that was distancing from her and everything and not wanting her. She no longer has that negative influence in her life either, so maybe things can get better.
no. The father was the one that sold her off to begin with.
No,
I'm
it was
Yeah, I'm
assuming.
pretty
No,
sure the mother
it was the handmaid.
Well, the
Yeah, the
handmaid did
father
it
had-
with in conspiracy with the father. Like that was a group effort on their part. It was just her that was literally holding the daughter's hand through the forest to the witch's coven. So, with the understanding that they were going to sell off the daughter to the witch's coven in order to make the handmaiden's child legitimate, I don't think it was them that was trying to keep the daughter in the house. I think that was the mother trying to keep the daughter in the house because she has wanderlust. And she, being the overly protective person that she is, wants to keep her inside the house.
Sold off against your will. I don't blame her.
And
Not necessarily against her will, because they probably sold it to the daughter. Like the handmaiden probably sold the idea to the daughter, like, oh, this is the way of, gaining
with
your
that,
freedom.
Well,
not with that much terror.
Well, she's going
we're
into a
also not going to
forest that's
know
known
until we
for
talk to the daughter as well.
right. Well, we'll get to that, but I'm telling
Right.
you now so we have an idea of what we're going after, right? We
Right.
we know for a fact that, he smelled adrenaline, but I already said, well, of course, this is her first time probably in months if not years going outside anywhere, and she's going through a forest known for losing people. Yeah, if I was a kid
no,
and I
wait,
didn't
wait,
have
wait, wait.
really
Wasn't there
experience, I
blood
would be
too?
pretty afraid too. There wasn't
No, there
any blood.
wasn't.
There wasn't
They-
blood.
There was
There was
blood.
no blood. There was not any blood.
Oh,
There was
I
not
don't
blood.
know where you got that idea.
I don't
Nope.
know. I thought
There was
no,
no
it
The
was.
child
bloodshed.
was not. The child was not
There was
taken
no
in a
sign of
struggle.
struggle.
Okay.
Nope.
Right.
There was no signs of struggle. I made that abundantly clear. The only whatever is they took something from the child in order to put it in the doll. And I mentioned it could be something like hair or blood or something
Oh, okay.
like that.
Never mind.
However, blood wasn't used. Hair was.
Okay.
Like in meta, hair was used. So no, there was never
No,
a mention
I'm
of
pretty
blood.
sure you mentioned hair was being used. So,
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
forgot. I thought it was blood. Never
Yep,
mind.
nope, there was no blood. She was not injured in any of this.
I think that if you were so when you last wanted to go into the forest, you wouldn't have this much fear if you were finally going into the forest while holding someone's hand.
Yeah,
This is
there's
my
a lot to
surprise.
be afraid about from the child's perspective. I don't blame her for giving off a scent of adrenaline for
Yeah,
that
so
situation.
I don't think this is exactly.
So, that being said, ultimately, what I want to try to do is one, figure out if this guy's legit and if he is actually caring for it, because I had no reason to be suspicious, except for that possible Underdark language that the statue book is holding, and which apparently is resembling this guy, like facially at least. So, what? And two, I want to check on the daughter, obviously, and see if she is okay with this whole situation, because I'm not 100% willing to go through with the deal that the mother wants us to do, which is to bring her daughter back just yet. I want to set up, like, at least an understanding that if I do bring your daughter back, you have to let her go into, like, outside at least. Take her on traveling trips or something, because she doesn't want to be hooked up in your room.
Yeah.
If she
Go
agrees
into the
to something
forest
like
of the
that,
Forgotten like twice a day.
something like that, yeah. I mean, if the witches have like control of 50% of the animal population, by the sounds of the huntsman, it certainly sounds like that. Then, perhaps we can strike an understanding, at the very least, an understanding between the mother and this town, the Shelter of the Forgotten.
No, we are not telling her about the Children Forgotten.
No, we don't have to tell her about the Children of the Forgotten. No, you're right about that.
The Covenant.
Wait,
Covenant,
hang
maybe.
on. Maybe. Hang on. Wasn't the husband going to send an army into the forest, though?
No, he was going to
No.
recruit an army to figure out like where his daughter was, and he vanished off to the east to go
Well,
find
okay.
her.
Technically recruit an army to quote unquote find the daughter. Do you really think he's interested in fighting the daughter though?
We just
Or was
know
that just what he told the mother?
we just learned that
Yeah,
the guy
exactly.
didn't like the girl.
Well, no. He wants to make the child legitimate. The handmaiden's child though. Not his actual daughter.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to
he's
point
coming
out
back
for
with an
him they're
army-
both his children, but okay.
Yeah, I know, technically. But he's coming back with an army to usurp the mother. Basically, is my understanding. He wants forces to back up his word to say that no, you're no longer the maid, like the queen of this manor, or however. What is her official title anyway? I keep calling
She's
her
a
mother.
duchess.
Duchess. Okay. He's going to attempt to usurp her title as a duchess in order to legitimize the child that he's had with the handmaiden. That's my understanding, and he's doing that with an army. So
I think we are getting a bit more felt selves though, because it's something we're more going to decide once we actually, speak to the child.
Right. I mean,
now.
a lot of this is conjecture, but this is the picture.
I would like
I'm
to
just telling you
state,
guys, this is the picture
just
that I
for the
have
record,
building up for now.
as you guys are like starting to get into whatever, he kind of just looks at you guys as you guys are getting ready to like discuss among yourselves. He just wanders to the altar and he starts like cleaning it. Like he's nearby, but he's clearly trying not to eavesdrop. Since this is an extended conversation.
I
that
mean,
I didn't think it was going to be.
Okay.
So
So that might have been. Hold on a second. Atlas did say that he wanted to do that bit out of character, and I just kind of latched onto that. So that might have
correct,
been
and
my
you
bad.
guys have been talking for quite a while off of that, so I'm going to say that parts of this have been you guys kind of like in a whispered huddle. Like the guards are far enough back that you're fairly sure they can't hear you, and Vaughn just kind of like wandered off to go clean the altar and is like giving you your space, being like, all right, you need some time to consider my offer. Okay, I'll be over here. Like he's clearly like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I will just be over here.
We need to do this to bring the
I
daughter.
appreciate that little explanation of RP for my abuses of your generosity in terms of after.
That's fine. I just want to point out, like, yes, you guys are technically having this conversation at this point, but there's no real consequence to it because he's just like, all right, I get it. Y'all need to do adventure talk. I'll be over here. Let me know when you're ready.
So we have to do this job in order to finish the other job.
Certainly sounds like it. Okay, so if no one has an objection, then I think we would like to hear your offer then.
He starts choking on one. Hold on. Dying. So he
That was
just
you actually dying, not.
that was me actually dying, not him.
I get fixed up for you.
I remember you were drinking tea, and I was like, he definitely choked on some tea. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
I know. I'm totally just joking to death. That's all that is.
All right.
So he kind of nods and comes back and he turns to you all. Very well. So I suppose it's not much of a secret, given the item that you currently possess, that we've been in communication with and have been rather friendly with a unusually beneficial coven of witches who've made a very mutually beneficial arrangement with the Shelter of the Forgotten. We intend no harm for anyone, but there are many who go to the coven in search for magical items and other things of that nature, and many of those who cannot pay begin trying to trade, well, in blood. In return for all protection, if necessary, and of course, a place for the young ones that they're not interested in. We have asked that any of the forgotten that they get, we have them brought here and we raise them. Give them a home, a purpose, and then they can find their own way in the world if that's what they wish. The Coven has found in the past those with magical inclinations on the rare occasion that their parents simply did not approve of or feared, and rather than a rather brutal, swift end, they decided to sell them to a coven instead. They raise these as a member of their coven. In exchange, we've created an arrangement where we supply the coven with sustenance and means to survive.
Can I do an insight check on that part specifically? Does he mean food or something else a little more?
You get the feeling he's about to elaborate, so
Okay, I'll let him talk.
save your fucking dice. We discovered, through the use of some of our rituals, that there are manners in which the Coven can consume the flesh of the fallen, as though it were pristine. And unfortunately, being a remote village, there are, at times, those who do not make it. And of course, there are those who have taken the meaning of the Forest of the Forgotten to mean something slightly different. We have used these remains as a form of sustenance for the Coven through use of this ritual.
What? Okay, when he talks about remains, what is he talking about?
Like dead people.
Okay, gotcha.
He's found a way to purify dead people. So normally, necrotic flesh they can't eat. They need live people. They need to eat like children or adults or whatever. But
Okay.
he figured out how to take bodies, dead bodies, and purify them so they're still edible for hags. So they're taking dead people and feeding the hags with the flesh of the dead. Because keep in mind, some people go to the Forest of the Forgotten to commit suicide.
Right.
They take the wrong meaning out of it.
Nice.
So he takes
It's kind of
those.
like that one Japanese forest.
Yep.
So he goes and he takes those bodies and he does it. Some people just naturally die, and they don't have a graveyard. You would have noticed there's no graveyard around here. They are giving the hags dead bodies.
Wow.
But he's purifying them first, so they can consume them.
Also, this is the first time that you're mentioning hags.
Correct. They're a coven of hags, which is. He's telling you exactly what they are.
Hold on a second. Okay. Are they witches or are they hags? Because those are
Witch
two
is a
different things.
class,
Got it. Okay,
hag is a
thank
race. Both. So he's telling you what their race is as well to describe to you why we're going through this trouble.
Okay.
He's also describing to you that, yes, these creatures tend to eat children. However, they're not eating the children unless they die, and he preserves their bodies and sends them back. Or they find a child that committed suicide or was murdered by their parents in the woods. Because not all of them find the coven. Some of them just take their kids out in the woods and murder them.
Just like dogs.
Then they preserve the body and give it to the coven as food. So there is somewhat of a darker story here of what this guy's been doing. That being said, if the coven finds magical children, which is very common in this world to get rid of, because magic is scary, the coven's been raising them as a member of their own.
Okay.
So not all of the coven are hags. Some of them are just simply human children that were sorcerers. Which is how Kinsey, by the way, would realize that works, is they're just fucking sorcerers. They're children that showed magical power. In exchange, he's been getting the children. They've been getting sustenance and protection. Because there's now an entire village of the fuckers that's willing to rush out and protect them. He's explaining to you how all of this works.
Right.
What he's going to ask you is, recently, there have been hunters in the forest.
Oh no. Oh no.
They claim to have had some bounty for clearing a coven of hags.
Oh no.
Clearly, killing them would not necessarily do us much good. We've tried persuading them, and unfortunately, we found them rather hard-headed and religious in nature. And they've come and tried to attack the village when they could find it. We befuddled them and sent them on their way. But they still wander the forest, trying to find us. It's a matter of time before one of them accidentally wanders in here again. And we might have to take a more permanent approach.
Do you know who hired this group?
From what we were told, they come from a religious order. They simply go and hunt monsters wherever they may lie.
Can I do a religious check to see if that sounds familiar to anything that I would know?
Sure.
20.
Yeah, there's an entire class dedicated to it. They're called blood hunters.
Elijah is just going to swallow very, very hard.
Oh no.
I hear that gulp and I just turn over to you and I draw the dots real fucking quick.
Oh, they're called blood hunters. They fucking hate monsters. And yeah, they are religious fanatics when it comes to wiping them out. To hear that there's an entire coven of their enemy that's being assisted by a village? Fuck no, kill them all.
Oh my god.
Clearly they're all infected.
Like,
Oh,
first I was looking at this
Elijah,
priest
oh
that's
shit.
telling us this, and when I make the connection, my head rotates 90 degrees to the left, and you hear stone on stone, like a stone door slowly opening as I just slowly turn.
He slowly looks at Elijah and just has a raised eyebrow of like,
Red ears?
So everyone's looking at you, Elijah.
Elijah, oh shit.
Like, even the priest is looking at you like, I don't know why we're staring at you, but we are.
Elijah's looking at everyone like, why are you staring at me?
No, everyone else was.
I am uncertain.
Sunflowers just.
The priest is actually in the same boat. He's like, I'm uncertain. Do you know something about this?
They're called blood hunters. They're fanatics, or at least some of them are. They take the whole purging the evil thing a little bit too far on occasion. I should know because I've had dealings with them. Not all of them are as necessarily crazy, but unfortunately, many of them. Have you heard of the saying, be careful when you fight with monsters, lest you become one yourself?
I can't say I'm familiar, but it does seem rather apt. And I suppose that would be the reason I'm asking you and your compatriots to go deal with this matter. If you can deal with them, get them to leave, or if negotiation's not possible, ensure that they will never trouble the coven again, then I suppose we'll have a deal.
I will do my best, but many of them are very, very. What the hell's the word I'm looking for? Relentless. And it also depends on. And he's thinking about this for a moment. He goes, as far as I'm aware, there are four main groups or classes of them. There's. What the hell is that one? There's the mutants. There was the Order of the Lycan, which specializes in lycanthropes. The Ghost Slayers, which specialize in wraiths and banshees and things of the like. And then there was the one which was basically just a bootleg warlock. We don't talk about them because they're kind of useless.
Do we make them into a new kind?
No.
You would notice his
The dead
head
kind.
tilts
I want to make them
like.
unconscious.
Well, hold on. His head tilts ever so slightly, almost. It's almost something you're unable to perceive when you said we.
Oh no.
And he just nods. I see.
Out of character. Oh, shit,
Elijah!
I should not have specified the we.
No!
Like his head tilted ever so fucking slightly when you said we don't talk about them. And he went, oh.
For
That's such a force of habit for me to just say we, even though I only mean. Oh, god damn it.
Now he's had to deal with them in the past.
As you can see, we're definitely a ragtag bunch of group of people, but we can definitely look into this mercenary group for you.
He just nods. If you could. And he kind of tilts his head at you.
We'll try to ward them off, but. Like I said, they're. relentless. We may have to result in some fisticuffs with them. And even then,
Nothing we haven't done before.
correct, but I don't know, just brings back some not so good memories.
Break some arms, but they can't hurt anyone.
That's the idea, Sunflower. We will tell you which arms to break.
The people who are attacking us.
Either way, we should go deal
When
with
we
them
get there.
before they actually kill somebody.
I don't like this humming.
Yes.
1 second.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I am trying to find someone on here. Hold on.
I am so sorry, I might have screwed this up.
Oh, it's gonna be Sunflower who screws this up.
Man, you make a good pair.
Oh no.
It's gonna call the police. You're gonna get arrested.
Does that mean we're not getting my net?
Oh no, another?
if first comes to shove, I could literally just barge out of here.
Okay. So the priest seems to just linger his eyes on Elijah for a little longer than everyone else, and then he just looks back to the rest of you. I wish you all the best of luck. One of the gods will be able to tell you where they are. Please, do not take offense, but do not return until you have completed your mission.
Okay.
We understand. Thank you for your understanding.
Of course.
And I'll nod and then, well, if everyone else agrees and we have nothing else to do here, then I suggest we take our leave and speak with the god outside. I hear no disagreement, so I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
will
go
follow you.
outside.
No, yeah.
There's no one else is doing anything, apparently. I mean,
Okay. So you all wander out. You would see
by the way, who is this character?
He's another priest that seems to be just talking to some of the townspeople.
Is
Okay,
it
I
like
noticed the token
the
was
other
different,
statue?
so.
Yeah, kind of looking him over and kind of looking him over, you get the idea that this is the guy that's on the other statue on the other side. Okay. You would all, however, notice as you're walking out, Elijah kind of nod to the priest inside, who just kind of waves at him, and he turns and starts cleaning the altar again. And as you walk out, you would see the guard just look at you, and he doesn't look thrilled, but he just nods. Right, here's your bird. He holds up a raven.
Thanks.
So, hold on a second. Do I know what this means? I'm assuming it's a tracker of some sort.
You get the assumption.
The bird
yeah.
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this
how do we find these?
this raven will lead it to them.
Yeah, bird knows where they are. Follow the bird. We don't use people anymore. They like using traps. Can't hit the birds. Don't know why. They don't suspect him or whatever. People they'll kill.
Makes sense.
So much for hugs.
You can try to hug them if you want. Let me know how that goes.
Okay.
His hugs are a little. Yeah, they crack ribs. So
I did say I was gonna break a few arms.
Hug
Yes.
them real fucking hard for me.
yes.
Safar just gives a large grin. Okay.
You get the feeling the townspeople may not be as merciful as the priest.
Well, according to this guy, how many of the townspeople have died to these people?
Correct. The townspeople may not be as merciful as the priest. You get the idea that if a man of the cloth is hiring mercenaries to deal with this, shit's gotten a little out of hand.
And here I was actually having sunflower planning on bringing some of them back.
But yeah, no. This guy's just like, yeah, hug him real fucking hard for me.
Will do.
He kind of turns and he goes back to his post.
So I have a question. Are we far enough away from people so that we can talk and strategize and all that, or?
Once you leave town, you get the impression you can't come back.
Fair
So,
enough.
are you going to be trying to buy anything, do anything before you leave? Because you get the impression once you leave, they don't want you coming back into town
The forge.
until you're done.
You would notice that Sunflower, while we're walking, is eyeing the blacksmith, but keeping with the group, like, I guess we don't.
We really don't have time, Sunflower. We need to go, and we need to go now.
I'm assuming on the bottom left is where the blacksmith is over here.
Correct.
Okay.
That's his forge.
Yeah, I noticed the tools there. So
Unless we have any provision.
Which, ironically, aren't mimics.
Are you
Unless we
sure
have
about
any
that?
provisions that we need to
I
procure.
mean, I can punch
It
them.
depends on whether or not Sunflower punches them. They may or may. They're
Right.
Schrodinger's mimics.
It's gotta be a thing now.
Everything
Of
turns into a
course,
mimic.
all my tools are mimics. What else do you make tools with?
Of course they're mimics. That's how you get the best fucking steel.
Can mimics change shape?
You don't know. So, what are you guys doing?
I kind of want to see the blacksmith.
I don't.
Well, it's 2-on-2, so we have to make a roll.
Okay.
Dave, what's your vote?
Dave kind of looks to the two of you. No. And he starts walking out of town.
Uh, yes. Okay. Never mind then.
He looks disgusted with the idea. Like, are you fucking serious? We're gonna waste town screwing with the blacksmith? No. Why?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Because I want an anvil and a like.
There are anvils back at the guild.
I know. Keep trying to take them, but they won't let me have it.
And you think this
You'll-
place is going to be any different?
You're bigger than them.
We really need to teach you the concept of ownership. Anyways. Is there like a... It wouldn't even really be an item shop, and they wouldn't have any use for gold, so I guess that's out of the question then. Damn.
I
Oh, well.
mean, they do have like a marketplace, but it looks pretty sparse.
Yeah.
This is
They
not
might have like one common
healing
potion or
potion.
something. Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
You get the feeling these people are not the most prosperous. Happy, yes. Prosperous, no.
So I have an anvil at their camp.
They may indeed have an anvil at their camp. I cannot confirm nor deny. So what are you doing?
Okay.
I mean, I'm rearing to go. Like I'm rearing to just,
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, we're fully rested. We have all of our spell slots.
Yep.
Between all of our casters. Which I noticed, by the way. Thank you for that.
Yep.
I don't see any reason to delay any further.
Okay.
I would say, if I may, that this would be a good time for a 5-minute break before we start.
What's everyone else think? You guys good for a 5-minute?
I mean,
Sure.
Because I could go to the bathroom right now. So.
okay.
I could use a drink of water.
Yeah, we can make a
And
little
that
break.
too. Yep.
Okay,
Alright.
we'll do a
Oh
5
no,
minute.
apparently we can't because Tam just posted the thing that says absolutely not.
No, it because of the forgery, like the blacksmith.
No, I know. I was just.
Damn it, Tam, you don't control me! 5-minute break, everyone.
You're
not my real mom.
You're not my real dad!
no to
No
all.
to all. I am a god.
I control all.
Okay then.
You know what?
You know what? Session is
You,
over.
however,
Tam
do
says
not
so.
control whether or not I can kick you in or out. Did you control that? Did you control that? Huh? Huh?
It's like
There
it's
you
like
go.
Admin boost!
you just immediately get kicked right out afterward. James like, oh, I guess you can control it.
I mean, I could
Oh
give
god,
her...
he's been muted.
I could give her mod power.
Oh, I thought that was a server mute. I was about to say I'm not the one who did that this time.
No, he did it on himself. Loriel.
But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get a drink of water.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, I'm back with water.
My foot fell asleep.
Fell asleep?
My foot fell asleep.
Oh.
It hurts. Should have cast out his body.
Blood Hunter stuff is mentioned. Elijah, nervous sweating. I don't know what it is about the water around where I live, but for some reason, it just tastes a lot like it tastes a lot cleaner and just better than water out in town and places like that.
I don't drink water, so I don't know.
You don't drink water?
No, only soda.
Okay, but why though?
What do I mean?
Why do you not drink water?
Water is bitter.
Water shouldn't really taste like anything.
It tastes bitter to me.
It's also, kind of. Well, okay, this is going to sound very hypocritical considering I do try to drink water, but a lot of times I do just end up drinking other stuff like milk or juice or soda, but it is good for you.
You can find water and other things like watermelon.
So, here's my question. How are we going to approach the whole blood hunter situation?
Walk
'Cause we
over,
obvious- Huh?
walk over to them, tell them to stop doing it anymore. If not, break her legs.
Well, I mean, fair enough, I guess.
You're asking Sunflower. That's what he's thinking of doing.
Okay.
You're asking the wrong person if you want a good answer.
I've already mentioned that they're kind of zealous in this whole thing, so that might be the approach we actually have to take.
One of my comments was, if they think they're a movable force, I will show them. If they think they're an unstoppable force, I will show them a movable object. Sunflower, how the fuck do you know that saying? It is a fighting
It is a funny saying.
word. No, it's a fighting. It's a fighting word. That's a sentence. It's a fighting sentence. If it deals with fighting, he probably knows it.
Also, I really did not mean to essentially screw that up there. I am so used to saying we don't talk about them in response to
did it
like
really
literally
screw us over?
everything. Huh?
Did it really screw us over?
Well, no. I'm just.
Hey, I didn't mean to screw us over by punching a mimic in the face.
Well, no. It's just around here we always have like this very, very particular way of speaking where even if we just mean like one person, we'll always say something like, "Oh yeah, we deal with that all the time." Like we'll talk about ourselves in the third person just because, and this time I really do mean, like this community and not just
Yeah.
myself. It's like I remember a long time ago
All
where
blood hunters are like that.
huh?
All blood hunters are like that. Apparently.
No, I mean like the place where I live, IRL, Rob.
I know. I'm poking fun.
Oh. But anyway though, I remember a long, long time ago. Well, actually, maybe it wasn't that long ago, but I had said to James something along the lines of, "No, yeah," and everybody in call got a little confused, and James said, "So I'm not the only one that just heard you say no, yeah." Um, and I actually found a meme later on where it said, if you're ever conversing with a Canadian from this specific area, this is a chart that you need to read in order to figure out what they're actually saying. If they say no, yeah, that means yes. Yeah, no, which means no. And there was like a third one, but I don't remember what it was. And I
Okay.
know I linked it, I think, in memes a long, long time ago. But
Oi.
hi,
Why?
I'm
Oi.
just talking about how funnily we speak here over in the Maritimes.
I mean, yeah, we're fucking ass backwards. Our language takes other languages into dark alleys, beats it up, and steals grammar from its pockets.
What? No, I'm talking like the Maritimes where I live.
I am back.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Because all the
Yay.
shit you just described is shit we do too.
Oh, fair enough.
Like the yeah, no, and no, yeah, are things I do like all the time.
Fair.
Although it's seen more as sarcasm.
Oh, also, I need to ask. Well, Crumpet isn't there, but it would be fine if she was there, cause Aki, Tim, Alex. Oh, God, I'm missing like I'm mixing everyone. And we're free tomorrow, and we wanted to ask Crumpet if she was free to continue the game.
I went to wake
Ma-
her up. She rolled over and went back to sleep.
Huh?
So
We don't know. Probably not, but yeah.
I was gonna say, I assure you, I am not Crumpet.
No, you're not Crumpet. I call you Elijah. You're not Elijah either. That's your character.
You know, it's funny because I do have that RP character, Axel. And it's understandable how people can get that name and my actual name mixed up.
Yeah.
People have done it. People I know, IRL, have done it. Like Magnus, he's done it, and so have a couple of our other friends as well. But I've never had anybody refer to me as Elijah before.
Look,
Crumpet calls me Riz like half the time.
but like that's your fucking
It's
name.
kind of weird. No, it's not.
Oh, I mean, on the server. Oh yeah, right. You're
As a roommate, though?
yeah, flight mate. Fuck.
No one in their right fucking mind would name their kid Riz, which is why I chose it.
You know what? Riz, if you have a kid and you name them Riz, I will give you like $10.
No.
Fucking done deal.
Which
I
is
just
like,
need
I
someone
think-
that's willing to have my child.
Which is like $6
Which is-
in USD from Canadian, I think, because exchange rates.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because the
How
Canadian
many
dollar is kind
dollar?
of ass right now. It's like $6 Canadian, $10 USD or something like that.
Just
No, it's the
10
other way
bucks?
around.
Or the other way around, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Canadian dollar is not worth more than the US dollar, although it is catching up.
It's catching up, but I have heard some people say that, Oh wow, I was actually wrong. 10 Canadian dollars is worth 8 US dollars and 26 cents.
No, it's
Wow.
catching up.
Holy shit.
Our economy is trash.
I mean, it's better than ours.
Our country
Yeah, not by
is.
much. Yeah.
I mean, USA, USA,
USA, USA,
Okay,
mega.
I'm
That-
just gonna be honest with you guys, all right? Like, just totally freaking honest. As much as people like to trash on you guys and say, "Oh, the Canadian healthcare system is so fantastic, so much better than the United States healthcare system," no, you don't understand. Like, I get it. In the United States, you break a leg, and then it costs you a leg in order to fix your broken leg. But at least you guys can actually go and see a doctor. Over here, there's so many frickin' lineups because we don't have enough doctors because free healthcare allows for everybody to go and, see a doctor.
But here's the problem. People here don't go and see doctors because we can't afford it. We have people legitimately choosing to die rather than taking on the debt of getting
It's-
healthcare.
Not much better here, to be completely honest with you, because most of the times, despite the fact that there's so many long lineups, they just tell you to take 2 aspirin and call them in the morning. I actually decently remember
So,
that one
I
of my
mean,
cousins
that's
had,
kind of a different problem then.
Yeah, but here's also the other problem as well. So, one of my cousins had his appendix rupture, right? And this is actually fairly common because I've heard this story about 3 different occasions from several different families, and well, okay, not about the same person, but generally the same kind of principle or idea. Um, and what happened is because it wasn't hurting as bad, they weren't going to bother actually, checking him because, he didn't seem like a serious case. But there was some weird circumstance where they were basically like, "Oh, whatever, we'll just bring you in anyway and give you a checkup." If they hadn't have done that, then he probably would have died of appendicitis, and that's kind of, that's kind of the whole thing with the Canadian healthcare system is they're just going to get you in and get you out as fast as possible.
Here's
Well,
the
that-
problem.
yeah.
In the United States, they're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
However, imagine afterwards, you get so much debt that the next time you go in for a legitimate issue, they won't take you because you haven't paid for your last visit.
Hmm.
So you have yet to describe anything that is different from us, except
I
for
mean,
the fact that people aren't choosing to die rather than take on debt.
Yeah, if the price of insulin is anything to go by, don't think
The price of
pharmaceuticals are
insulin
also.
in our country is like 100 times what it is in yours.
Yeesh.
It's the same fucking product.
The life-saving medication that some CEOs and a board of executives decided, yeah, we definitely have profit margins here, missing the entire point of life-saving medication to begin with, which is it shouldn't be
But the
profitably
problem is
motivated.
like to see my
But capitalism,
neurologist,
baby. So
to see my neurologist, there is a year-long wait. To see my doctor, if it's a urgent issue, I can get a same-day appointment. Not immediately, but a same day. If
I was
it's
gonna say, though,
something general,
in a very
it's
in a
3 weeks.
sorry, in a very ironic twist, if they reduced the price of insulin and allowed more people to buy it, wouldn't that allow them to make even more money?
Not really, because their thing is people will have to buy this, so we can charge whatever we want, and we're going to have the same number of customers. The problem is people eventually will choose to die rather than pay it, and that was something they didn't put into their calculations because
That's
they
fair.
assumed people would always pay for it and not choose to die. The problem is in the United States, it is a legitimate choice of fuck it, I'd rather die. There are countless stories of people refusing to call 911 for serious life-threatening issues because they cannot afford the ambulance fee.
they say it's kind of a joke to don't call 911, call fucking Uber,
Yeah.
but in actuality, that makes a lot of physical sense.
Yeah, because an Uber ride would only be like what, $25 ish?
Correct. And an
Yeah.
ambulance is like 5,000.
Jesus Christ.
Several thousand. Yeah. I don't think
Correct.
you understand just how much
You
they're charging
don't
us.
understand how much a hospital visit is. The ambulance
if
is
you posted
4,000.
bills, if you've seen the bills that are posted on Reddit, they're
Those
charging
are
like
typical.
tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And here's the funny part, when you ask them to itemize it, the bills drop by thousands.
Yeah.
Because they can't. Because they realize how ridiculous it is when they go, a Tylenol, $200.
There was literally a post yesterday where they were going to the dentist, and um, the dentist was like, "Oh, does your tooth still hurt? Do you want some Tylenol?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, sure." He just thought he meant like out of her purse or something like that. No, he was billed $15 for one pill.
$15 for one pill? I can
One
literally
pill.
just go down to like the general store on my way home from work.
Exactly.
And so
come
could
back for,
we.
like,
That's
Yes,
our
we
point.
can. Yes.
For
They have
us,
they literally have individually wrapped pills and vitamins and things that, because they are being sold through the healthcare system and to hospitals to be billed to the customers, in which that expense eventually falls upon, that they are charged exorbitantly more amounts than would otherwise be possible just going to a fucking pharmacy and getting it there.
but the problem is because there's this industry, there's an insurance industry, because if you don't have insurance, you won't be able to afford medical care. And because there's an insurance industry and they're making fuck tons of money off of it, they're lobbying the government to not change things.
You know, I kind of take back what I said. I kind of like the Canadian healthcare system because despite the fact that we can't even get to see anybody, I think I'll.
At least you don't
At
put
least
yourself
you
into debt
won't,
by doing
Yeah.
so.
correct, at least you won't want to kill yourself when you
Well,
do
no,
see the doctor.
we'll just die in the lineup.
That's what we do as well. We die in the lineup, and then they charge our loved ones hundreds of thousands of dollars
Oh
to
yeah,
dispose of the body.
if the patient dies, the bill has to be paid somehow, so they sent it to their
Oh, they
closest of kin.
try to go after the closest relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to deal with that, and I ended up going off on an ambulance crew when Crumpet's mother died
Yeah,
because
that was a pain in the ass.
they kept calling me as a debt collector, being like, "Hey, you have to pay this bill." I went, "Hey, you lost the fucking patient. I'm not paying shit." Well, aren't you the closest relative? I'm not blood related. Take it to court. Oh, okay, I guess we'll have to waive this one.
They tried that like 3 or 4 times, didn't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I had to tell the hospital that lost her because they wanted us to pay, I think it was like 13,000. You lost the patient. Why should I pay you shit?
Yeah. American healthcare, everybody.
Yeah, I'm
Yay,
not
Keo,
gonna.
are you fucking back? I want to fucking kill something now.
I'm not gonna say anything, cause, yeah.
Keo,
He
You're
unmuted
out.
himself. Hi.
Yeah.
hi.
Are you there?
I was waiting for conversation to be done. I was
No, we
here the
were
whole
waiting
time.
for you.
Oh, I was waiting for you guys.
We
No,
didn't
we've been
hear you
waiting
come
for
back.
you.
I said I was the first one
You
back.
did
I
not
was
say
talking,
anything to
I was
You
us.
talking
did
with
not
Alex
mention.
before everyone else got here.
You need to
did
make
it.
sure your mic is activating when you talk, otherwise we can't hear you. All right, so if everyone is here, we're ready, then I guess we'll continue on to trying to hunt these bastards down then.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
As soon
Here's
as
the
we're,
earth.
I guess, far enough away where the townspeople can't exactly hear us, unless anybody has any actual shopping they want to attempt or anything, Elijah is going to stop up the party and kind of give them a rundown of what to expect.
okay.
Um, so he's going to kind of rub the sides of his temples and go, all right, so it's only fair that I tell you exactly what we're going to possibly be running into here. So, true to their name, blood hunters do specialize in things like hemocraft, which is quite often referred to as blood magic. I specifically can only use one maledict, which is the type of blood magic that we use, which are usually special things. I don't. There's a shit ton of maledicts, and I don't know all of them. Like I said, I only know two specifically, but they could know more ones that I've never seen before. So I don't know. Um, if any of them are Order of the Lycan, which again I don't know if they are, and there's not really a way to tell without getting too close. Chances are they might be able to track our scent and either smell us coming towards them, and if they're hunting down in the forest these people, there's a good chance that they might be. Just kind of running off of assumptions here, since,
Message about the
What?
fishing.
What about animals?
what do you mean, what about animals?
I'm a druid. I can turn into animals.
Mm, if it changes your scent, you might be able to throw them off, but
Also, I'm a kitsune, so I don't know.
that's fair. You'd be something unfamiliar, but at the same time, a werewolf's scent tracking abilities are on par, if not greater than that of a bloodhound. Which is kind of ironic. Bloodhound, blood hunter, you get the idea, but either way. As for the maledicts that I know,
Is my mic? Okay, there we go.
yeah, your
Weird.
mic is
I
working
wasn't
now.
picking up for some reason.
As for the maledicts that I know, I will tell you guys them so you know what to look out for. I know two of them, but I can only use one a day. They are the Curse of the Fallen Puppet, which does allow me to essentially control somebody if they were to be rendered unconscious or dead. And I also know the Curse of the Eyeless, where if anybody around me within a certain radius were to be attacked, I can essentially, use this in order to potentially make the attack miss. And these curses, along with things like their Crimson Rights, which allow them to essentially imbue their weapons with power, something I can also do, cost their body vitality, meaning they have to injure themselves in order to do it. I know it's a lot to take in, and I'm not explaining it as well as I'd like to be, but at the same time, you guys need to know what we're up against here.
So, if they have to get hurt to use their abilities, if I heal them, the abilities go away.
That's not how that works, Sunflower.
The
What if I
effect,
hurt them?
the effect doesn't disappear. The effect is the effect is activated upon hurting themselves. It is not reliant on their lack of health.
Or should I
However,
hurt them?
that being said, disarming them of their weapon should potentially remove the effect if it's their Crimson Right that they are using. So if you can make them drop their weapons while it's active, which I'm assuming should be obvious since it usually is either elemental damage or something of the like, so their weapon, I'm hoping will, kind of have that effect on it. I don't know, things might have changed in the time that I've been at the guild, but either way,
I should break their arms.
or just try to take their weapon out of their hands too, but breaking their arms also would probably work as well.
They can't pick me back up afterwards.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Either way, do any of you have any questions about this? We'll try to answer to the best of my ability. And he's going to kind of motion his hand around to the party, Shiki to Dave, Sunflower to Kinesi.
Should I go first?
That's not really a question I can answer.
If they hate things that are not right, and I am green, they will go after me, and you guys come behind and take them out.
Not exactly, Sunflower.
Oh.
They don't like things that are not of the material plane, the place where we currently reside. All blood hunters technically go after things, or are supposed to go after things, like fiends, hags, and, well, actually, there's, what was it? Fiends, fays, and I gotta check
She
my
will
features really
just
quickly.
gulped.
Wait. I need to do an intelligence check now.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Are they against the fairies?
They do hunt fairies.
So just straight intelligence?
Sure.
Hunter's Bane, there it is. Fey fiends are undead.
Yeah,
There we go.
fae's another word for fairy. You know that one.
So we have to kill them like the fairies too.
Oh my god.
So beating
Yeah.
them protects the fairies and gets us the girl.
Yeah, she
I
is
like
turning a little
the,
bit pale right now.
He's going to kind of put a hand on his chest, though, and go, but don't worry, I'm not going to go suddenly Rambo and start attacking anything remotely fiend-related. I understand that many of them are, in general, not a danger to anybody, including maybe possibly the sisters that we had encountered earlier. They seem to be, for the most part, keeping to themselves and under control, so they don't, they're not a threat to anybody. But I don't think that the people that are going to be in that forest are necessarily as easily convinced. And now my dog seems to be barking downstairs. What do you want, Ellie?
Elijah talking
hell.
to his
Don't worry.
invisible dog.
He can convince them to back down. I can convince them to back down real easy.
He truly has lost it.
God, I hope so, Sunflower. But either way, does anybody else have any questions?
When you say they hunt like creatures from a different plane, could you elaborate a little bit more? Like Fae?
Normally, things like Fae and Fiends, I'd be willing to say things like Fiends could include devils or demons,
What
things that...
What about like creatures like me?
What are you exactly?
I'm a kitsune.
And what
Fey
realm
creature.
do you...
I was.
Fey creature?
I mean,
Seems
I
that way.
was raised in.
Then, unfortunately,
Feywild.
yes, you would fall under that classification, and they would more than likely track you.
Oh shit.
Oh, and they want to hurt my friends too? Okay. Can I break their legs too?
Well, we should.
Not even
I don't
fucking
know.
there yet. You're just like, I'm going to break them into small, bite-sized pieces.
But like I said before, who knows? Maybe we can try talking to them and telling them that the hunt is over and something of the like. But
I
Yes, cheesy one-liners. Their weakness.
I
The
know
one
the
weakness.
spell disguise self. Do you think I could use that?
mm,
Can it smell?
Shit,
I
It
I,
said
don't
it.
know.
but I haven't
It
been
said
prepared.
oh,
If they can smell, you would also have to account for that. And also, if this is just a small group, I think they would notice if there was like an additional unaccounted for.
Like my smell
Who
isn't
are you trying
like.
to disguise as?
I mean, I would say human. Like look more human than anything.
And that would help you how?
Well, the thing is, my smell is not similar to human, but like if I look like one, like I don't smell like weird.
That wouldn't throw them off.
I
They
don't
would
smell
still
like
follow
enemy.
these.
I smell like weird. That's it.
no.
That
If they have anything,
that
I hope
doesn't.
so.
That would only fool. They wouldn't be able to directly associate the unknown smell to you, regardless of your form, until they find you. And it doesn't change the fact that they're gonna find you eventually anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because you're giving off a smell to begin with, regardless of whether it's known to them or not.
Hey, I found the button for global illumination, by the way.
I see that. Thank you.
Oh,
Yay. Whoa.
That is the biggest fucking carriage I have ever seen in my life. Good fucking lord.
Yeah,
how dare bold of
Dude,
you
it's
to
100 feet
deny-
long.
yeah. It's what they use to move the village if they need to.
there's a
Oh.
carriage.
Damn.
It's 70 feet.
Yeah. It's used to move the village if they need to. I fucking told you.
Like who is pushing the cart though?
You don't know.
Oh god.
I would have liked to figure that out. Like, goddamn.
They get old Jim to do it.
Anyway,
Yeah, old Jim Olsen, bitch. He
Old
can
Jim.
haul ass out of here
You
anyway.
know, I'm just my antenna of some bitch.
we'll take our problems and we'll push them somewhere else.
That's literally what they do.
That is that has been working
literally
for them.
what they do.
Anyway, though,
So
yeah,
fuck you.
before we end up going forward with this, does anybody have any final questions?
Yes. What were you and the priest doing?
What do you mean?
You stayed behind and had some form of interaction.
He kind of pauses for a moment and sort of clears his throat and goes, well, it would seem that when I kind of realized that they were blood hunters, I guess my reaction wasn't really as unnoticed as I was hoping. And he kind of took note, and well, and he's going to kind of move a hand up to his head and, tap the side of it, kind of signaling somebody messaged him.
Kenzie nods in understanding. Uh, he messaged you or someone else?
Yeah, he did.
What did it say?
Just wished us luck. Well, actually, more specifically, he wished me luck, but I'm assuming by extension he wished all of us luck.
Hmm. I want to insight that.
Go ahead. Am I gonna have to roll anything to contest, or
Not really. Not unless you want to be
Oh
shady.
fuck! I got a 6. Never mind.
You
then.
want to have his baby.
No! Stop! Guys,
I
for
just
fuck's
want
sake.
every single fucking insight roll from Shiggy to be you wanna have that baby.
Only
For
the
fuck's
failed ones.
sake. She doesn't want any babies. Stop that.
I mean, Elijah's not lying, so
Yeah, he seems truthful enough, and God, that
I
light
wanted to see
glistening
if there
off his...
was
No,
more
no,
to
focus, focus.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, exactly.
You
Just
know,
like
I
Pat
never-
said.
You,
I,
you
she
were,
already
scared.
has
you were so
Adeline.
confused by the idea of a persona, but now that you look at him,
He is kind of fuzzy.
You're gonna make me spill my tea, for fuck's sake.
She is so shook she can't hold her tea.
oh my god, it's literally the spy.
She can't
The
even have
persona with the
babies.
demo man skit. Have you guys seen that skit?
Yeah.
Okay, real quickly before we jump in. Hold on a second.
Oh
I
my
need to
God.
find this for you.
No, do it later. Stop with the memes. All right. So, you guys are heading off into the woods following the bird, which, by the way, is just kind of perched on one of you at the moment.
Which one? Who?
The raven.
The but
bird the guy gave you.
He's perched on someone.
Yeah, it's just perched on somebody. Whoever took him.
Oh, okay.
It's just been sitting patiently.
yeah, I guess
Very well trained bird.
Well, let's go
Guess
then.
we'll follow the bird.
Yeah, let's follow the bird.
Oh, fucking hell! Did I do that? Yeah, I left the game by accident. My bad.
How dare you?
I meant to close one of the windows of Chrome from the taskbar, but the way it opened up, I thought it was just the first one to the right. It wasn't.
There. I kicked you. Go ahead, come back.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I may have just closed the world. Fuck.
Yay! Everybody's closing everything. Yay!
No, it's fine. Everything's back.
Login
Alright.
successful. Joining.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
Because
Back
unfortunately,
in-
Foundry has an issue with people closing the window like that. It like locks your account for a little while till it figures out you're not there.
Okay.
Yeah, I put in an AFK timer, so it'll automatically kick you.
Oh,
If-
got you.
Like you're there for, or if you're like absent for too long. But by default, Foundry doesn't figure it out. So yeah. So you toss the bird into the air. It immediately starts heading off into the forest. And who's going to try following the bird? Who's
Guess-
leading that effort?
Probably
I
not
I
me.
assume whoever has the actually I think one of the questions we should have asked is how does the bird know? That would have been nice to know. Whatever. But the we need someone to check for traps. Or technically, I guess all of us could check for traps, but like I guess one of us has to keep an eye on the bird itself.
Correct. So who's
Uh,
doing the survival check? With advantage, since you have the bird to guide you.
I could
And then
do
the rest
it.
of you will be...
I have a +4.
Let's.
My sheet
Okay, I mean that's better than
I
Kinsey's. I
also
can't speak for anyone else.
+4 to survival.
Well.
Okay, so either Shiki or the hunter. Which one of you are tracking the bird?
I have a bird at home. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so Shiki, go ahead and roll survival with advantage.
20.
Okay.
Hey.
So you start making your way through. Everyone else roll investigation checks.
Yeah, I'm
Normal?
not good at investigation.
Yeah,
So.
since you're all kind of just
Ooh, sunflower. You don't see shit.
sunflowers looking for handles.
I'll look for berries.
Okay, so 16 isn't terrible, thankfully.
So as you're going through, Elijah, you're not really finding traps per se. but you do find some telltale markings that your compatriots kind of are overlooking only because they're not necessarily hunters. They wouldn't know that these markings have any distinct meaning. But to your, blood huntery eyes, they kind of are guiding you more towards the camp and telling you what direction to enter from. As blood hunters tend to mark their own camps, and they tend to tell people, hey, if you're going to come into the camp, make sure you come this way, or you're going to fucking die. So using this, you're able to easily avoid most of the major traps. And you're able to point out some of the smaller, crude little traps that they have set up to obviously give them a bit of respite from whatever it is they think is out in the forest hunting them. So, in short order, you would find that you guys find yourselves outside of a campsite. They don't seem to have noticed you for the moment.
I highly doubt it's just those three. I'm just saying that right now.
Oh, come
That's
on.
fun.
It's just 3 hunters. Don't be a fucking poor sport.
Yeah.
Metagamer! Anyways, it's fine.
That is okay. 120
They haven't
feet from the
noticed you.
center. It's like
How do
You're like, you're talking a lot of shit for a bitch in fireball range. Anyways,
how do they smell?
actually I'm more of a
like?
lightning kind of guy, but yeah.
How far
have
away
lightning
does smell
bolts.
work?
Hmm?
No, I'm.
Smell.
Yeah.
How far away does smell work?
depends on a creature's perception. Roll a nature check.
Oh God, please.
Because you're talking about lycanthropes, so it's how well your character understands
14.
lycanthrope. Depends how hungry they are, which is a very odd thing to imagine. If they're not particularly hunting, maybe 200-300 feet. If they're hungry, quarter of a mile, maybe half a mile.
Yeah. Okay. So they can notice me from there. No, never mind. Like they can smell.
They
me.
don't seem to have noticed you.
Yeah, but like in a minute or so, they could smell me.
You're well within range. Yeah,
Yeah. Never mind.
they might notice you any moment now.
If they're Order of the Lycan.
Yes.
If they're werewolves, correct.
Elijah, are we downwind?
Are we what?
Downwind. Is the wind going towards them from our direction or towards us from their direction?
That seems like a question you'd have to ask the DM.
Do a survival check.
Well, I'm asking you because you're the person with smell.
Elijah,
that can sense them.
do a survival check.
17?
You would find that luck seems to be in your favor. Your scent is currently going the opposite direction.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Probably how you got this close.
Okay.
If they're werewolves, of course.
So, can I discern from the landscape or anything, like, how many pairs of footprints might have come from this camp or things alike? Just a general idea of how many people are possibly here.
Looking at the ground and kind of just looking about, you would tell that there is somewhere between 6 to 10 footprints.
Jesus.
The problematic part is some of it seems to be kind of scuffed up. And as you're kind of like moving around some of the leaves and shit, you would find that there is some splotches of what looks like dried blood. You also smell what smells like some very acidic kind of chemicals like something that was used to burn part of a body. So you get the feeling there might have been some fighting here in the area at the very least. So it makes determining that a little difficult.
Fair enough.
By the way, as soon as the bird gets close, it kind of like flies wide, like it kind of does one of these, and then it departs and leaves. So the bird fucked off.
Okay.
Bird, no.
So, vote time. We know what way to approach the camp. What's up, Raymond? Sure, I've only got Dr. Pepper.
You only have Dr. Pepper?
Yep.
Fuck.
That's the plan.
Yeah, here.
Dr. Paper.
You run in. Here's the off-brand Dr. Pepper, and you throw it
We
at them.
pepper spray them.
It's stuck. Oh, there we go.
Dr. Paper.
We
Yeah,
pepper
sorry, I just
spray
got
them.
it.
That's it.
In the tray thing. Here you go.
No, you said paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely did not say
Oh,
Dr.
for
Pepper
fuck's
correctly.
sake.
Which
I
is
always
what
say
we're
like
making fun of.
paper instead of pepper.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
Dr. Paper. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. You're
Okay.
gonna hit them with off-brand Dr. Pepper.
Funny
Papers,
thing is,
please.
we actually do have off-brand.
Always. Every
We
fucking
actually do
time.
have off-brand Dr. Pepper here. I think it's called like, oh, what the hell is it? Like Dr. something. I don't remember what it is.
I mean,
But I know.
do you really want an off-brand doctor? That's my question. Anyways,
We're talking about healthcare, right?
Anyways,
we're going back to the whole healthcare thing, right?
Anyway, though, so okay, group vote time. So we know what way to approach the camp if we don't essentially want to be shot on sight.
We charge them, right?
We could talk
Just
to them.
straight line
Screaming.
like that. Just
Clothes off,
But behind the tree,
shit just
like
dangling
this.
in the
Straight.
wind. Anyways,
The
It's a
only
scare
person I
tactic.
recommend
Then
not
we'd
coming with
peekaboo.
us essentially would be Shiki because Faye.
yeah, fuck them.
And if they are
so ironic to
as
me.
kill on sight as what the villagers have told us, I don't want Shiki to be immediately just steamrolled.
so, hold on a second. Are we gonna try to use democracy with these guys,
There's
or
potentially
are you just trying to save her, keep her out of the fight? Because essentially, this would be like a 4v 8, 10, 12, whatever.
this would be potentially a 5v10, so we'd be outnumbered 2-1.
I could like
Against-
stay out and try to heal you from where I am. Like I don't know where exactly, but
Yeah,
like,
spells have a considerable range.
Yeah.
Like, she could close that distance and around.
I could hide and
True,
concentrate.
but at
and...
the same time, I don't want somebody coming up from behind us
yeah.
if they just so happen to come back from camp and, oh, a Fae! I'm gonna stab it! Hi, Ellie, how are you doing?
Pet the puppy for me.
Ellie, come here. Somebody wants me to pet you. Come here.
I will grant with your survival check, as high as it was,
Mhm.
you didn't notice any of the footprints leaving camp that were
Mhm.
fresh. They seem to all be going back into it.
Okay.
So you don't
Good.
get the idea that anyone's out at the moment. Or if they are, they didn't come from this direction.
Fair enough.
So we could do that.
I don't know.
Again,
I'm-
I
I'm
would like
open
to
for-
point out part of what's muddling your result is it seems like there was a scuffle nearby too. Like, you definitely can tell there was an impression where a body was laying at one point. And they used some sort of corrosive chemical to burn it.
Might be killing their own kind. But we don't know that for certain.
Also, I have a longbow, so
Or they might have already gotten to the good witches. I'll have to stop by there later just to be sure. Either way. So, who votes on diplomacy?
Does breaking an arm count as diplomacy?
It does not.
Then I got it.
He face bombs and just kind of looks. I vote that if we're doing diplomacy, that one doesn't talk.
Agreed.
Seconded, thirded actually.
that. My mic is teasing.
Like, I don't really care what we're doing here, but yeah. And speaking of, if we're doing the whole like, let's stay back and whatever, I'll just stay with Shiki.
I mean, yeah, it works.
I don't really do much up front, anyways. Probably
That's
a better idea.
So, okay.
So that would be Elijah, Kinsey, and Sunflower talking, right?
Quote unquote talk.
Yeah, quote unquote.
No, I mean Sunflower. Hopefully not being the
And
diplomat.
Have very, very low
Elijah might
charisma,
have
though,
like
so-
advantage because he's also I don't know, blood hunter.
I am unfortunately one of them.
You
Unfortunately.
are, in fact, one of them.
So, yeah. Me and Dave, we're gonna have a chat concerning druids because apparently the guy doesn't seem to like them very much. So.
You look at him and you're just like, Druid talk. He just looks at you and he raises an eyebrow. I'm just here to make sure you don't get lost. But, sure. I mean, trees are nice.
All right, so here's the plan. Kinsey,
Yeah.
I guess you and I will try diplomacy. Shiki and Dave will hang back along with Sunflower, and if it sounds like a fight's about to break out, then, or if it sounds like a fight does break
Hold on
out,
a second. Can
Cowabunga.
diplomacy even be used? Because if we're talking about diplomacy, let's at the very least discuss what our approach is going to be. Because I don't
Can
want
I-
to go in there and be scratching our heads, being like, we have to think of a reason as to why we're trying
Yeah,
to
I
approach
mean,
this
yeah.
democratically.
Okay, so we know that we've been told that they're insane, zealous nut jobs, religious nut jobs. But we don't know anything about why they're here. So I guess we could probably inquire as to the
They
reason
were
as to why they're
apparently
here.
hired to, or no, not even hired. Their religion is to. Jai, your mic's going off.
Oh.
To be fair,
Is
where it went
to
off there was kind of perfect, though.
it's basically to kill off all of uh the not
Hey.
unnaturals of the world, the supernaturals of the world, right?
Yeah.
And they are willing to go to that extent by killing off their source of nourishment for said supernaturals. That being the children, right? Actually, the entire village in that case, since they're protecting them in a way.
Pretty much.
So, how do you discourage them? Because I doubt we're going to disprove their religion in a single conversation. That's about roll some nat fucking 20s all the time, right? But
Jesus isn't real. My
Yeah.
mind.
basically, yeah, exactly. So,
My God's better than your God.
That's why you're not talking.
well,
My
I
God's
feel like the
the
DM
Earth.
set this up to be like, religious extremism is bad, okay? Just,
Not what I said,
I know it's not what you said.
motherfucker. Don't put words in my mouth.
Trying to.
I can get myself in trouble, okay?
I'm just trying to think of what angle we can go at this from.
I don't think there is an angle, to be honest.
You're bad. Okay.
Okay. Then...
I don't really want these. If it was me, knowing what these people do and that they're willing to kill innocents in order to achieve their goals, I want to put them down, honestly. Personally.
I mean, that's fair.
Do we need more of a reason, or I don't think diplomacy is the answer for this, honestly.
Okay, so
Now that I think
how
about
do
it.
how do we justify essentially just rushing right? Or no, sorry. What's our attack plan with us basically just rushing right
Thank
into
you.
a camp with
How do we
potential?
justify?
How do we justify our attacks?
How
I'm
do we
so
justify
sorry
our
about
attack?
this. I say as I backstab the last guy.
How do we justify our attack? They had oil, Merca. There we
For
go.
the fair.
We had
For the
oil.
fairies.
Weapons of mass destruction. Fuck. Read the script.
I pull out
Um,
sunglasses that I didn't have off of the side screen, just like.
America.
America. Well.
You heard it here, folks.
Okay, so what's our plan of attack going to be? And
Well, first off, I am guaranteeing that some of these bushes are booby trapped.
abso-frickin-lutely.
That would make most sense to me. Uh, how thick are these bushes? Like,
Fairly.
so it blocks line of sight entirely?
You can kind of see through it, but you can't see into it.
That doesn't make much sense, but I think you meant that the other way around.
You can see what's. You can
see
kind of
into
gather.
it, sort of, but can't see through it.
No, you can kind of gather what's. Because things shift, you can kind of gather once in a while what's on the other side through the very edges of the bush. But the thicket in the center of the bush seems incredibly dense.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So you can kind of tell what's on the other side of the bush, like when you tilt your head slightly and you stand at angles. But you can't, like, it's not blocking your line of sight. But if someone were to sit in the center of the bush, you wouldn't be able to see them. Hello?
Yeah, we're.
We're thinking. Sorry.
Okay. I'm like, everyone got silent and it scared me.
I mean,
When the players stop talking, people die.
well, no. I just still keep thinking about that one thing where it's like, oh, kill or be killed or whatever, right? Or something like that.
No, we can just break their legs and I'm bringing them back to the village.
You want to bring them back to the village after breaking their legs.
Yes.
I mean, if anyone could do it, he probably could.
Mission complete. I took care of those guys you didn't want coming back. Look, they're right here.
But we've broken their legs.
But we broke their legs.
They were screaming in agony the entire trip over.
But
You
it's
said-
okay.
he said he wanted me to hug them for them, but then I thought that might be lonely. So I got it. So I brought it back so he could give him a hug.
Okay.
The guard looks horrified.
All right.
Just stop all your head.
Since I do want to try one thing though, since I am a blood hunter, maybe I can get some information out of them, like where they've come from, and
You can see them from here.
yeah.
Okay, so what do they look like? What do you see with your elven eyes?
Oh god. Okay. Can I get a visual on them from where I am?
No, a perception and a stealth check.
Well, when do you want me to do first?
Stealth and perception.
I have half plate. Oh no.
Do a stealth at disadvantage.
That's
Then
gonna
a
be-
perception.
That's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna suck.
You can do
Can
it.
I
We believe
hold on a second,
in
hold
you.
on a second. Before
Roll
you do anything,
Okay.
um,
I have my mouse hovering over it.
you know what? I got 3 spell slots. Sure. Why
Oh
not?
no.
How do I? Oh, right, through here. There we go.
Also, the one we don't talk about. I remembered. That's called Profane Soul.
Yes.
We don't talk about that one anyway.
So, question for the DM, since there is a verbal component to this. If I whisper, they're probably not going to hear me from there, or will they?
depends on whether or not they're actually lycanthropes, so you'd have to make a stealth check. Might be necessary, might be me being a dick.
And there's a 1 in 4 chance, essentially.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
1 in 4, as far as we know. There could be more out there that we don't know of.
No, as in like 104 for the
1 of 4 orders.
Yeah, 1 of 4 orders.
Okay. So I do have the spell of invisibility.
Ooh.
But that would require 2 stealth checks, 1 on your part and 1 on mine, as opposed to 1 with disadvantage.
Which is basically just 2 stealth checks.
Right. And the lower, it's still a lower common denominator, regardless.
It's the same shit
Oh
either
wait,
way.
I have guidance.
That also would be verbal.
Oh shit.
So now you have 3.
Yeah, no. But we're not daisy chaining our resources together just to get the looks on it. And I'm not willing to give away our advantage of
Well,
Hey, what's that weird magical bubble in the distance?
Yeah,
okay, hang
It's a
on,
bunch of
hang on.
assholes casting invisibility, having daisy chained to max power their fucking invisibility before they cast it.
before we
Hang
do
on,
a
hang
fucking not even that, to do a perception check. All of
To
this
do
to
a
do a
perception
perception check.
Question.
You see
I'm
them
not
running at
moving.
you.
I'm not
Right.
moving though, right? Like, so I'm not moving. So would I still have to make it a disadvantage though, because I'm not
You
mobile? or
kind
moving?
of would have to move to get a good look at them.
Son of a bitch.
So yes,
Don't
that's
Okay,
why I'm saying
one of us,
you know they're
uh,
there, but that's pretty much all you get from this angle.
one of us could do a looking and describing, right? I'm
Correct.
assuming since communication doesn't require a stealth check, that's not necessary for that. So one of
Someone
us that
could
isn't wearing
stealth
plate,
up, take a look, wander back, same roll, and then describe to you, hey, this is what I saw, and he could use his knowledge.
right?
Let's try
Work.
that then.
It's
No,
still a
the
stealth
question-
roll and a perception, it's just not his.
Right.
Who's the stealthiest? I have
Not me. I have a +1 in both stealth and
Let me check. I have a +2.
Dave has
you're
a
also
plus
druid,
0.
right? So what forms can you transform into?
Turns into a fucking squirrel.
I have a wolf
Right.
and a hedgehog. That's it.
Hedgehog could work. Hedgehog's tiny.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
You-
turn into Kiwi.
You could turn into a hedgehog.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
gonna-
hold on a second. Question: Are you a druid of the? This is really metagaming. My character wouldn't notice probably, but moon or some other circle?
Stars.
Stars.
Other circle.
Right. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. If you're okay with expending 1 of your forms for that.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I don't get like killed, I'm okay with that. I trust you guys. Hey.
Are
Okay,
there-
so
Are
your
there any other wildlife around here? Like, or are they avoiding this place?
I mean, do a nature check. Somebody.
I will, I guess.
I
have a
kind of
+2.
want to do it as
It's
well.
not terrible.
Sure.
Oh, let's see.
They don't
Okay.
seem to necessarily be avoiding it. Out of like some supernatural fear, other than fuck people. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't raise suspicions, basically.
So yes, they're wild animals, and they don't necessarily want to wander right up to them. But they're not like. There's not some supernatural reason why they're avoiding this place. It's just fuck people.
Right, that's what I was checking to make sure, because if they did something to their camp to protect it from, like familiars, for example, and there shouldn't be any animals, and having an animal at the camp would definitely raise some eyebrows. So,
Correct.
that's what I was checking for. All right.
So
Okay,
I guess I'm turning into hedgehog.
Does the
Okay.
hedgehog gain any stealth bonuses? or-
Sonic time, baby.
Possibly. I have to find a fucking thing for a hedgehog.
Gotta
That
go
isn't
fast.
based on Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes. Um.
Oh god.
Okay, I found one.
Good.
My therapist told me you can't outrun depression. I proved her wrong.
I run fast.
Whatever. All right, I don't have an icon for it, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
just going.
Why is
to...
my mic not being picked up for half the things I'm saying? This is getting really annoying now.
No,
That's
it's
fine.
like me, just like me. I
this
got.
is-
Could you post it in the guild so that I can see like what can I do as a fucking hedgehog?
Sure, I will post it here under session. So, you are a tiny hedgehog with +2 to stealth,
Oh,
and you can dig.
interesting.
Oh, if you have a big speed, that means you can pop up underneath a bush.
However, I will say
The speed is like 5
that
feet.
digging. I will say that the creatures will have a much harder time seeing you than normal. You'll get advantage because of your diminutive size. Like, you're fucking tiny. So
You could honestly probably run up to this bush right here, still stay hidden from the vast majority of the people at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
keep in mind it'll take like 2 rounds though. She moves at 20 feet.
Yeah. Maybe,
She has tiny little legs.
maybe more like.
Oh my god.
Burrow, and
Cha,
it'll take minutes.
Cha, I have a terrible idea.
Oh please don't.
Or
don't
Sunflower could throw you.
No. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention
I had like you said you had a bad idea. I was like someone is gonna throw me. I swear.
Fucking one of them gets a hedgehog to the eye.
Oh my fucking god.
That would suck.
Imagine if you actually did damage too and it breaks around hedgehog form.
What if
Fucking
I
would.
die? Like what if you kill me?
I'm pretty sure you would once they decided to beat the shit out of the druid.
Now, guys, I know this looks bad, she says,
Hey,
just
druid.
standing up and dusting
The
herself
dude's
off.
pulling like spines out of his eye.
Oh my fucking god.
But I think we all learned a valuable lesson here today.
But we're really here to just
Like
talk.
we're fucking throwing the one that is like the most like the
Squishy,
one
yes.
yeah. The Fey one. The one that could be like the target. I love it.
Yes.
And everyone is okay with that. Yeah, let's go with the plan. Oh.
Are you actually throwing, Cheeky, or
I mean,
I kind of thought that was a joke.
No.
no, you
No.
don't throw me.
I don't.
Please.
Yeah, no.
Don't throw me.
I
If
was like-
if Sunflower reaches out, I just grab his wrist and like I shake my head. No.
So I guess yeah, moving well this way. So it's only 20 feet. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind.
So technically you could dash,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you want to stealth it, you can't dash while stealthing, so it'll take you like 3 fucking rounds. Or actually 4 rounds to get to the bush. So just make a stealth roll. And just understand that your party's sitting there watching this tiny hedgehog be like,
Well, I already have a +2, so.
+2 with advantage.
Oh, we have advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Yes.
Oh.
Because you're
Roll
tiny.
again.
Well, 14.
Okay.
I mean, technically you did that with advantage twice, so. But alright, so you have a 14. So you are coming up to here. Boop. So let me check some stat blocks. Hold on.
I would like to point out that's like the first time Shiki's transforming into another animal. So. I don't like that.
Perception rolls. Probably.
I feel like Pax is going to say run.
No, he won't say it directly.
So you get into the bush. It's really kind of brambly, and as you kind of start to step into the bush, you realize there's some machination in here.
Uh-oh.
This isn't a bush. Or at least it was a bush. There's a crossbow in here.
Oh no. Did I activate it something?
No, but you're sitting under a crossbow.
Oh. Where is it pointing?
That way.
Yeah, of
Where
fucking
you
course
came.
it is. Directly aimed at the direction that we're coming from. Got it. Okay.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, please do what I think you're gonna do. Please. I want you to do this so badly. I can't say it though. That'd be metagaming.
I mean, all I can think of is like trying to disarm the thing, but
If you wish to attempt it, make a dexterity check. Which currently you have a +0.
oh fuck.
Because you are a hedgehog.
Okay. If you want.
You're not there.
I know.
So Shikiko, go ahead.
I'm just trying to think if it's a good idea. Hold on. I
That's
feel
fine.
like the the smallest wrong move and I fucking die. That's it. Like. So I'm just like, can I just check the other guys beforehand? Like that's what I was supposed to do first. So.
Make a perception check.
Perception, advantage. So, what's my wisdom? +1.
Oh, actually, yeah. And you have advantage because you're a hedgehog.
Yeah, but I have a +1, so.
But you have advantage because you're a hedgehog.
I
Hedgehogs have
think
advantage.
you're talking about.
On perception.
Yes.
So you turn around, and you probably at that point hear the rustling in the bush with you.
Oh no.
As you go, oh fuck, they're right there. As you were so enamored by this crossbow, you didn't hear all three of them stealthily move towards the bush.
Oh shit.
And one of them is like reaching his hand in, and he opens the thing and looks at it and goes, huh, and he's reaching his hand out towards you to pick you up.
So like it's just picking me up. They don't know I'm or I don't fucking know.
He looks confused.
I won't say anything. I will act as a fucking hedgehog for now, unless like they try to say something.
Wait,
Make
have
a-
they actually picked you up yet, or is you just reaching out?
He's reaching out.
Oh, he's
Okay.
reaching out.
He hasn't
Yes.
picked you up yet. He
Oh, I
is
thought
on
he
the
picked
way.
me
I just want to
doing-
clarify that because you seem to misunderstand.
Yeah, I thought he picked
He's
me up.
reaching out. He hasn't actually picked you up yet.
Let's see. What can I do as a hedgehog?
You could dig.
Yeah.
You could also curl yourself up.
Yeah, I was reading that. But like, curling myself up won't do anything much, except like spike. And if they are willing to kill, yeah, no, I will dig.
Okay.
I hope.
As ironic as this sounds, just so I know which one of you goes first, roll for initiative.
Oh my fucking god.
No, just her.
Just me?
Yeah. This isn't really combat because they're not aggressive.
Okay.
It's just which one of them gets their action first. Like, do you get into the ground before this guy manages to pick you
Oh,
up?
for fuck's sake!
Oh,
For fuck's sake!
just barely.
Okay, so
Just barely. You
You
beat his
managed
initiative
to-
by 1.
you
You're
managed to
so fucking.
you managed to dash yourself into the ground, and you dig straight down 10 feet. A hand plunges into the hole after you to try to grab you and pull you out. However, you have advantage now to get the fuck away from him. Because all he can do is fit his goddamn arm in the hole. So, make either an athletics or an acrobatics to get away from him. And keep in mind,
You're
your
a hedgehog.
dexterity is +0. So,
And
But a
what's my?
hedgehog strength? Probably not that great.
Oh yeah.
hedgehog strength is -4.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what?
so-
I'm gonna.
That's the wrong skill.
No, that was the veteran.
Oh,
I have to
okay,
beat
never
that.
mind.
I have to beat that.
Never mind.
You
Yeah.
have to beat at 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I say -2 because I have a +2 and I roll for acrobatic.
Yep.
Advantage or?
Yes.
Yeah. So you curl yourself into a ball and you hear, "Ha! Fuck!" And he pulls his hand out. And he's got like spines in his hand and he's like, "Ah, mother." And he like goes to go reach his hand back in, and I'm assuming you're just gonna continue digging.
Yeah.
You dig down and he looks down and goes, "Someone get me the acid."
Oh
Yeah. I don't think diplomacy was ever a choice with these guys.
Oh fuck! Oh my! This is
Not
horrible.
rushing for that. Is he?
Yeah,
Fucking dick.
there is a
Goddamn
fey
hedgehog.
hedgehog that is spying on them.
Can we? Do we hear this? Can we approach?
You absolutely hear, "Get the acid."
Oh, should I throw one of you out there?
I can't. I fucking can't.
Question. Okay. Okay. Just a quick question.
It's gonna drown you in the hole with acid.
What marker? Okay. What direction do I have to approach the camp to not be registered as a threat?
Technically, this one.
Okay.
You are a blood hunter, so they
Oh my
might.
fucking god.
They might listen. So I'm gonna have Elijah.
How's it
Start-
what... I know this is like at the moment and there's not much time, but what do you plan on doing?
Anything to make sure that they don't dump acid down there. I'm going to get
Well-
their attention away from her. There is no plan. I am trying to make myself obvious.
I can make you obvious.
Stop, Sunflower.
Oh my god. Man,
Okay.
is this?
Well, if you're gonna bring your attention over to our direction, they're gonna see us right away. So
And keep in mind, like, there's a trap in the bush.
That's
Yeah.
true.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Yeah. Right. Never mind.
Okay, I guess Elijah is going to kind of look to the others and kind of point in a direction, kind of telling them to go, and go around or something. so that
I
they're not
want
as
to
easily
go
visible.
north from my position,
Okay.
because I can redirect myself for a lightning bolt attack. Because I
Okay,
want to.
so where are you moving?
Right behind this bush right here, probably.
So you move. He's gonna follow you.
What class is he again?
You're not entirely sure, but he casts magic, so
Okay, so range.
wizard, sorcerer, warlock, question
Good
mark.
enough for me.
Elijah, are you just running in?
He's not going to be running. He's going to try doing this very kind of casual walk, and is going to kind of have one hand exposed, trying to show off his silver ring, just to kind of show that he is a blood hunter.
So you're moving forward.
Yeah,
Sunflower, what are you doing?
Right behind him.
Okay.
Right behind him.
So are you calling out to them or something?
Yes, Elijah is going to go, hello?
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 10, 15, 20, 25. And this guy is going to be uncorking the vial and sticking his head in the hole. So, Cheeky, as you're digging, you would see the guy like poke his head over the hole, uncork the bottle, and then look all over to his left, as you would just see. Elijah, you would see this higher ranking blood hunter kind of come out and just go, "Halt! Who are you? Is this
Elijah
thing
Gray.
yours?"
My name's Elijah Gray, Order of the Lycan. Who are all you?
The name's Captain Tyrius.
What
We
order
co-
are you from?
You're talking above your station, boy. We come from the Order of... Let me try that again in fucking English, right? We come from various
Oh.
orders,
They're
but we
Merlins.
call ourselves the Crimson Right.
You're calling yourself after the thing that... Okay.
Even if it's just the face, I can hear the face palm in your voice. Would Kinsey know anything
Is
about
this
that? Can I do a
thing in the
religion
hole
check?
yours, or should we acid it?
That thing in the hole is mine.
Then call it out.
Elijah is going to whistle?
Yeah,
So, Shiki, you would hear a whistle.
I will crawl back, like, I can hear all of this.
Yes.
Yeah, I crawl back.
So you start crawling out of the hole, and the guy corks the thing, puts the acid away. When you come back, he has like both of his hands outstretched, and he just snatches you and
Oh.
picks you up.
Oh no.
So you are now being held by a very pissed off looking hunter. As the other one kind of comes over, and you guys would notice another guy show up, attracted by the conversation, along with another guy.
No, that's not mine.
Kind of looks over.
I think that might be Brian's.
So do you mind explaining yourself there, brother?
Pax, can I do a religion check to determine what their order is?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm just gonna mute myself really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you were the one talking, but okay. That's great.
Sunflower answer.
No.
Probably not a
You
good
want
idea.
to? You can
What?
torpedo this as hard as possible.
20?
Hold on.
Or, sorry, 12? I
Fuck
just,
the
I
dice,
just
it's a
read
20.
20, and I was like, 20. Yeah, that works.
Fuck the dice, it's a 20 now. You haven't heard anything about these guys. To be honest, the whole concept of blood hunting and this whole thing kind of fringes on religion to begin with. These guys, not to say they're posers, but they seem local. Very, very, very local. And judging by Elijah's, you call yourself after, of course you fucking do.
Yeah.
They don't seem incredibly original.
It's like you call yourself after the whole secretly, super secret guarded ritual thing that nobody's supposed to know about. Okay.
You get the feeling that your compatriot is not very fond of him at the moment. But he's just, gotta explain yourself, brother.
We're
Was
hunting
in the-
bear. We're looking for berries.
Was in the area for a job and noticed your guys's signs directing to the camp and all that. Decided to come and have a look. What do you got? What are you all here in the woods for?
We're on a hunt, brother. That's why the signs are up. and you decide to send a fey creature to come and spy on us. You don't like it very much, do you?
Hang on, say again.
You sent a fey creature to come and spy on us. You don't like it very much, do you?
He's just going to kind of narrow his eyes at them for a moment, and is going to kind of... Ah, shit. Okay, so we got Shiki's not immediately going to die of acid. Now we're in kind of a precarious position.
No, she's just kind of being squeezed at the moment by this fucking dude who's wearing, like, chainmail. So, it's not the most comfortable way you've been held.
Yeah, no.
He's kind of a dick. He
Yeah.
doesn't know how to hold a hedgehog, clearly.
Going to respond with, I do actually rather favor it, but at the same time, it does kind of have a mind of its own. Intent wasn't necessarily to spy on you. She must have just detected some friendly faces and wanted to come and say hello. Could I please have her back?
Well, you heard the lad. Give it back. And he kind of turns and his friend whips it at you. So, Shiki, make an acrobatics check.
And can I try to catch her?
Oh, for fuck's
It
sake.
depends on whether or not she gets that far.
So, -2 because I'm still a hedgehog. Oh my fucking god.
Fuck!
Oh.
There's no fucking way! I beat that.
Either.
Wait, is he tossing it at?
He's
Who's he
whipping
tossing
it towards Elijah. Like,
Okay,
he
so
is,
Elijah, you have to catch her.
he is
right?
yeeting the fucking thing at her, yeah.
Okay,
So, Elijah, based on that, try to make an acrobatics at heavy disadvantage.
God damn it.
Oh
Okay,
my fucking god.
Sunflower try going in?
This is a...
damn it.
Could Sunflower try grabbing her?
Okay, fine, Sunflower, you make it at disadvantage.
This is terrible.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Oh, fuck.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Hit each other.
If you pop your form, I'm casting spells.
All I can
I'm just telling you
imagine
that right
is
now.
like Shiki, like
5,
falling on the
10,
ground and do
15,
like the Minecraft
20.
death.
5, 10, 15, 20. So he whips it at you. You both go to catch it. Elijah kind of bumps into Sunflower. Sunflower falls on top of Elijah, and you both land on top of Shiki. Who takes
No! Oh god. Is this how I die?
4 bludgeoning damage
Hell yeah.
and pops out of her hedgehog form
Yeah, of
to
course.
turn into a kitsune and is now part of this very impromptu menage a trois.
Okay.
Hell fuck yeah.
So they kind of sit there and have
Oh my god.
and they all just start laughing. They find this fucking hysterical. They're not doing anything aggressive. They just think this is fucking funny.
They don't seem like going to attack.
Not particularly.
Okay, fine.
They got you out of their camp, and to be honest, that was the funniest shit they've probably seen in days. Because right now, Elijah is stuck in a sandwich on top of Shiki, and with Sunflower, like, trying to scramble off of him. So,
Sunflower, please get off of me.
Okay. Alright. You guys helping them pick them up.
Elijah is going to get up, and he's going to help Shiki up, and is going to just ask her, "You're okay, right?"
I could do better.
he looked a little bruised, but, I mean, they did just huck her, like, I don't know how far that is, but they did just throw her, like, 40-something feet. Like, this dude fucking shock put her
Yeah.
towards you.
They yeeted me.
Nice throw.
He looks at you. He smirks, and you notice canine teeth.
Oh shit.
Oh, of course you are.
So, jig is up,
You guys
right?
have
Not yet.
Because they still think they have you heavily outnumbered, but the odds aren't exactly how they are seeing it. And I think I have a line of attack that can hit at least 3 of these suckers, including
Wait,
the
they're
2 with the
attacking
unique tokens, which obviously mean they're more important.
No, they're not attacking you at the moment. They're just
Attacking.
being cocky assholes. So
Do you guys have an anvil I can have?
Oh, god damn, it's on fire. Fucking Christ.
he kind
Elijah.
of tilts his head. So let me get this straight, brother. You come here with your bumbling orcish lover, your pet. Interrupt my fucking hunt. And now you're asking for supplies. You said you're from the Order of the Lycan? What guild are you with?
That would be correct. Just give me one moment, please.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
having-
Think up a good one.
No, just having a bit of a...
Oh. I thought you meant that in character.
in and out of character.
Okay.
Both.
Elijah's having a little bit of an aneurysm.
Okay, for it.
Just wiping the blood away from his nose, like... Okay, I think I'm good now.
Sorry, out of character. Oh, I didn't think you were that stupid.
Never mind!
Sorry. I just had to make that reference.
Ugh. But anyway, Elijah is going to kind of shake his head for a moment and go, actually, wait, should we even tell these guys about the Guild of Misfits and Majesty? No, probably not.
No.
I mean,
I can't believe
I will shoot you if you tell them about
I
that.
can't believe I had to think about that. No,
It would be hysterical when the fucking sorcerer just walks out like, excuse me.
I would just walk out of this bush, forego all sense of stealth, and be like, fucking excuse me, you little shit.
Fucking
Elijah.
excuse
you
me.
know, like they're gonna
Like
destroy
all
the
the blood
place.
hunters in this camp, all I hear is fucking excuse me from this bush. Like,
he's going to
Surprisingly, they haven't noticed you yet.
yeah,
All
that
this
is
other
actually
bullshit.
surprising.
All this other bullshit caught them off guard.
Oh god, but either way, yeah, he's going to look back to them and go, "Solo hunter. I don't belong to one."
Lane's a lot, you lost mutt.
And
So why are
if
you
I could-
pissing all over my hunt?
Well, just saw the markings, decided to see what all the ruckus was about.
Don't believe you.
I don't know why, but I had a comeback, but for some reason, him saying that just caught me completely off guard.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at trash talking.
That
Yeah.
last part wasn't a trash talk. He straight up is telling you earnestly, I don't believe you.
Yeah, Precious beat you on that.
So you haven't seen fairies around here?
Oh god, Sunflower.
Hey,
I
you know
haven't
what?
seen any fey creatures, but I have seen plenty of things that need to die. And you all getting on my nerves.
Right.
So,
Okay.
If I can ask, where you lot say that you hail from again?
Baldur's Gate, typically.
From Baldur's Gate.
Aye.
Wasn't aware that there was still an order down there. I thought
Wait,
you
but-
all had been wiped out by the Beast Lord Malar's people a while back there. That was a pretty nasty blood show.
Didn't get all of us.
No,
we
but they
still
got
hunt from
messages
time to time. But
from
I'm
time
not
to
here
time.
to discuss history. I'm here to discuss my hunt. There's a coven of hags in the area, and a whole colony of illithid.
Oh.
I'm
I'm
not
sorry,
here.
what?
There's a whole colony of fucking illithid.
That explains the Underdark language in that priest's text statue book.
We're here to wipe them out.
Colony of Illithid.
Mind flayers, brother.
No, I know what they are.
I'm a little worried about you these days. What with you having just taken it from your lover over there? He just says with a smirk. This guy does not have a high opinion of you.
I mean,
Down at
to
digest.
be fair, I don't exactly have a high opinion of the guy who decides to take a look at some of the most, closely guarded secrets and relics and things of the like, and basically make them the name of the damn order or place that they're from.
Are you actually saying that?
Modified, just, modified
Just,
to actually make it make sense, I guess.
it just raises an eyebrow. Brother, you've not been doing this very long. You know the best way to hide a secret?
Is to put it
Plain
in plain
fucking
sight.
sight. With the Crimson Order, anyone finds anything about how to do the Crimson rites, simply talking about us. How to get into our little group. People fuck up from time to time.
I should have used detect thoughts on the priest. Fucking hell. I can only carry this group so far.
At the rate he used it on you.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
The mind flare.
Oh, sunflower.
Parasitic creatures that reach into your mind, take control of your senses, and tend to force you to do whatever they will. They don't come from this plane of existence, they come from somewhere else. They don't belong here, and they tend to make slaves of everything they touch. They're nasty. They tend to kill everything they can get their hands on, and infest everything else. Which is why when a random hunter starts wandering up to our camp that we don't know who they are, going to have a right amount of suspicion. Especially when you're traveling with a Fane and Orc. No offense, brother, even if you are here to help. Don't think I need your help.
So it's like that giant snake lady that made me think I saw fairies instead of snakes.
You've got brain damage, don't you?
Elijah is just going to kind of lean his head back and just go, "It's a long story."
I
Well,
hit her
if
with
you
an
can
anvil.
remember it, maybe you haven't met the Illithid.
I hit her with an
No.
anvil.
Bunch of cultists replace this snake lady's eyes with gems, and she kind of. It's a very, very long story.
Now
That's
that one sounds
disgusting.
interesting.
Ew.
That being said, afraid you're not welcome.
You put clothes
Yeah.
in the dryer. Okay.
No, we actually use a clothesline here.
Will do. Yep.
Why?
Okay.
Hell.
Sorry, my uncle just came in there.
We actually use a clothesline, brother. It's pretty standard.
Ugh.
Testing. Okay.
Wait, so you can smell where the illithids are, right? Or
We
you
were able
got
to
to.
find them once. Now they keep moving the fucking camp. Makes it a bitch to find it. They're doing something to these woods. They've got a whole coven of hags hiding the damn village, so we're trying to hunt them down first. Once we take care of them, we'll be able to find their stupid little settlement.
Um.
Don't just-
Okay, hold on a second.
Sunflower, don't you... I know what you were just about to say. Do not...
I can't control Sunflower.
I can't control Sunflower, says the player that plays Sunflower.
Yeah. Oh god.
I can't cast Detect Thoughts from here. Never mind. Technically, I could, but the effect has a 30-yard range.
So, okay. I do have a question, though. So now that we're, like, in range, is there any way I can, like, look at these guys and try getting what other orders there might be here?
Sure. Make a perception check with
Okay.
advantage. Because they're not really moving or hiding anything.
15.
Lycan,
Okay.
Lycan,
Okay.
mutant, profane.
Oh, the useless one!
Are you saying that out loud?
Oh, you're useless!
Yeah, no.
He slowly looks at him and looks at you, and they just have this... I'm kidding, I'm not taking that as in character.
That would be very
I was honestly
evil.
halfly debating there for a moment. I think the only thing that Elijah would do...
Alex,
in order
out of character, can I just say, the things that you are questioning whether you should be debating on or not, you're making me more and more concerned for you.
I have
You're
this
not doing
chaotic
yourself
side
any
to me.
favors.
I have this chaotic side to me. I can't help it. And it just makes me question, how much do I want to do this?
Well, I'm now having to hold Sunflower back from saying some stupid stuff that will probably start a fight.
No, but
So
like...
Sunflower isn't talking for the moment. But
Sunflower's
yeah,
not
these
talking
guys
about it.
clearly want you to piss off. They have their hunt to do. But they're not attacking you.
Oh, what's the final plan, guys? Do we...
We can't talk to you.
Nope.
That's true. That's fair.
I mean, you can talk to... But...
I mean, to be fair, you really haven't tried to persuade them. You're just like, hey, why are you here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Try to persuade them.
This is why we're here.
Shit.
I could help you.
I know. Just my charisma's not good, so I don't
I have
usually
a
do the
plus
whole
1.
talking.
That's still better
You're
than you.
the Fae that they hate.
You're the Fae that they want to kill, and that's not gonna go over well. I'm just trying to think of what to say. It's like, hey, can you guys please, leave? It's like,
Wait.
Also,
Wait.
I want to reiterate what has already been spoken, in that apparently the town of the Forgotten is illithid in nature, according to them. And since they have no hostile intentions towards you guys yet, which is a blessing in disguise,
Yep.
we need to strike something now.
I know.
So apparently diplomacy was a thing after all. I wasn't aware.
There always is with James' campaigns.
Yeah, and it fucking pisses me off sometimes because we're already like 4 layers deep into this conspiracy. Like it doesn't fucking end. There's always one more rung on the ladder to climb.
These guys are also from
Pax.
Baldur's Gate.
You're evil.
From Baldur's Gate.
I'm not evil. I made a world where you guys can explore and do what you want. If you want to be murder hobos, be murder hobos. But don't think I'm going to sit here and jerk you off while you do so. You're murder hobos.
There's got to be an angle we can approach this that will make these guys leave.
But why do we want
Okay,
to make them leave?
why do we want them to leave?
We...
Don't you think illithids are a concern?
Yeah.
No.
There's a
They-
child
no.
at risk. You're a
The
bad
illithids-
dad, Elijah.
You're a
The
fucking
illithids
terrible
don't
parent.
seem to be a threat, though. They just seem to want to be left alone.
They're illithids!
I do not believe what I just heard.
What?
They didn't try to rape my mind. And Sunflower doesn't even know what this talking about. Sunflower is all
Okay,
on. We
James,
made a job with
James.
Scorpion's character.
James, please force Alex's character to do a nature or history check.
I will do
Okay.
it.
Because he needs to know what an illithid is.
No, I know what they are.
I don't fucking think you do. I really don't.
Well, okay. To be fair, I've never actually encountered one in any D&D campaign I've played so far, though.
Oh,
James got to
There
play
you
as
go.
one
yeah,
before.
that's why.
Do a nature or a history check.
Can I also do it?
Sure.
Oh, I got a 9.
You don't want to have their babies.
Stop with that.
I mean, tentacle sex is good for a few times, but it's
Okay.
really.
They have those.
Yeah,
They just
illithids?
usually. I mean, they rip out your brain. They don't use it there.
They
So-
are literally squid faces. What are you talking about?
correct. They wouldn't use it in the right place. They would just
That's
rip
the
out your
whole
brain and be done with it. So there's no real sex involved. It's just dead. So Elijah, from what you remember of your studies, illithids are. There's a lot of theories as to where these things came from. The most common theory is they either came from beyond this world or they were accidentally summoned in as some sort of crazy void ritual gone wrong. They tend to be tyrants, slavers. They are insidious masterminds that have historically harvest races for their own ends. And they are known mostly for ruling entire collectives of the Underdark. There are things called hive minds that allow them to essentially have an entire colony of them, essentially feeding into a massive brain-like structure that would allow them to share like a central consciousness. And you would know as a hunter, killing that thing comes above everything else. However,
Fair.
illithids are real fucking nasty when you have to deal with them. So, but then again, werewolves are creatures that fucking devour the flesh of mortals and, you know, do all sorts of crazy shit, and you guys fuck with them. So,
There's-
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
This
want?
is what
Pest
you
or
were taught.
cholera?
And we are entrusting the child that we are responsible for saving in their hands.
Correct.
Sunflower was still the other person. We were bringing them back to the parents, to the mother.
Yeah, well, it turns out nobody fucking
Sunflower
wants the
does
child's
not-
protection.
Sunflower
So-
does not follow the conversation. Sunflower is just looking for fairies. Sunflower is Sunflower.
I know what the other conversation people were saying that leave the child here. I've never been agreeing with that.
I mean, at this point, I kind of just want to spite these assholes over here, though.
Why would you want
Okay.
that?
'Cause I'm petty.
For fuck's
Okay.
sake, we
Sometimes.
need their help!
I don't
I mean-
know if they're willing. But that also doesn't mean that they need to be our enemy. So ultimately, the ultimate goal of this entire mission is to save the child,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They just brought up to the fact that we are possibly dealing with illithids, which the fact that you were spoken to with a mental message kind of adds to that credibility. And the Underdark message on the tome, whatever that might have been. Now, also, not to mention, you described the temple as an otherworldly architecture, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, no.
No.
We had 3 different signs, at least that I could pick up off of. That
I was waiting
something
for someone to
illicit
pick
was
up
it.
on that.
We're all oblivious.
No, I actually wrote that down because I was, and it's the reason why I'm picking it up now. They stated that for a fact, the one thing that explains all 3 of those clues. I'm willing to believe them. I don't think they're our enemy. I think we should help them.
Yeah. Same here.
But the children are ours. Their innocence, they're not complicit with this. That's honestly the only stipulation that I have about this entire thing. I'd be willing to assist these guys if that was the case. And actually, we might be able to support our case if they recognize the doll.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Do we still have that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
We
never
still
gave it
have
away.
Yeah.
I have it on my person.
Well, I mean, you could like jump out of your bush and be like, "Hey, I have that."
I don't know. It's just there's always usually another angle to this, and my gut's just telling me that there's something that I don't know.
Person who
There,
spent
there's
mean,
like
it's-
30 different ways you could have approached this, but this is what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. Same.
I know.
my last
At the same time, though, I know I kind of rushed into it, but I wanted to make sure that Shiki didn't get just acidified.
I mean, congratulations, you saved
Yeah.
her. Great.
Yeah. You saved
We,
me.
we can move on from that.
Yeah.
She's not gonna get acidified.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
For now.
Speaking
now.
of moving on, out of experience for what happened in the last game we were in, where we spent too much time debating about what we're supposed to do that we ended up having the entire village die. I think we should like.
Yeah, James does
Yeah.
like to emulate passage of time with these discussions. So, with your current understanding of illithids and how they are legitimately evil in all ways, shapes, and forms, you're technically the face of the party right now. So, I can't tell you what to do, except I can reiterate for your character technically, what's already perspired. So,
Say anything because Sunflower would probably be against it.
that's understandable, but sunflower's going to sunflower.
Sunflower
Go.
is gonna sunflower. Oh shit. Watch this just be like the one time there's actually like legitimately good illithids, like that one dude. Friggin', what's his name?
So yeah,
Baldur's
there are
Gate,
some
his
good
name's-
illness.
Then I guess we'll have to figure that out when we get there.
It all depends on the brain. But in order to get there, we would have to kill the witches.
Okay. Well, James, okay. Every hag that you've introduced me to in our campaigns has been an evil one, or at least with evil motivations. Is that a stipulation of them being a hag, or is that just a stipulation of circumstance? Are there actually good hags?
Isn't that meta?
Make a straight intelligence or an insight roll.
Can I make one too on that or
Yeah.
Okay.
Elijah, make one at disadvantage.
something?
Can I
Yeah,
do that
thank
too?
you. He deserves it.
Shiki, you
Sorry,
can do
Elijah.
one normally.
Okay.
Insight or nature?
No.
what'd you
Insight
say?
or intelligence.
14.
It's the same thing, I guess. Whatever.
Dave,
Eight.
no.
Yeah, no.
Elijah, these creatures they tend to be evil. That's what it is. Kinsey, you've never heard stories of it. Shiki, you have lived among various different people. You've lived much longer than a lot of these other mortal creatures that
Yeah.
are wandering around. Tendencies are tendencies. Just because a tree tends to grow with water doesn't mean one couldn't exist that dies if you water it. It's possible. You've never seen one. You've never heard of one. Could exist.
Honestly, look, thinking about it now, I don't know why everyone else was rolling. Because I was the one that was asking the question as a player.
I mean, Elijah unfortunately has burned into his mind, this is how this shit works.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to think along whatever he was taught. Cheeky, it is possible for Illithid to not be evil. You've never heard of it, you don't understand Illithid well enough to understand how that would work. But you do understand that there are fake creatures that have turned evil. Fake creatures aren't typically evil. They're chaotic, sure. Evil is a bit of a stretch, but there have been evil ones. Shit happens. It's rare, but impossible and improbable are two different things.
Oh god, this doesn't help.
So right.
James, you want to know a reason why people turn murder hobos in the games? In your game specifically?
No, I don't
We're
want
gonna
to
end up
become a
making- We're
murder
gonna end up
hobo.
making a decision. We're gonna end up making a decision. Hypothetically, we're gonna be like, oh, we should help out the blood hunters or whatever. It's gonna be like, oh, the Illithids weren't that bad at all. And then it's like, okay, well, but like in an alternate timeline or something, let's kill the blood hunters or send them away or whatever. And then it's gonna be like, oh no, secretly they were just eating the brains of the children. It's like, there's
tell you-
no-
I will tell you this is not a Schrodinger's cat situation. There is something set. I am not simply waiting to see which choice you make to make the other one worse. I have actually set it all up, and I've given you all of the clues you need. You figured out a lot of them, but not all of them.
Fuck.
We should have spent more time in the town.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. Nobody wanted to see like the fucking
I told you.
blacksmith.
Yeah, I told you we should have gone to the black.
Hold
You
on, no,
assholes!
I asked people if they... Wait, no. I said I would like to get out of here as soon as possible, but I also said, does anybody have anything they need to do?
Yeah. And we
Because
said we
I was
wanted
running
to
on the
see.
assumption that these guys were, like, you know, murder assholes, basically.
You
See,
literally
blacksmith, he
said
said
we don't have time for this.
Yeah. And then we asked to go to the blacksmith. He said, no, we don't have time for that. We have to get going.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
my
exactly what you said.
That's
I
why
was
it was put to a
panicking.
vote, and Andrew's character ended that vote by saying no, and then turning towards the edge of town.
bad. Fair enough, we did put it to a vote.
I
Which I did
it also
roll a
concerns me.
50-100.
It
That was
also,
your chance.
it also concerns me the fact that I'm the one that's I'm mentally tired in this group.
Hey! I'm trying.
I'm exhausted.
You're the only one that's dead set on killing the Illithids.
I'm not dead set on anything. I'm saying, like, we need.
We can't go back to the village to go confirm if they're Illithids or not. Or if they're evil
Well,
or
we
not.
would have
we're
to find
pretty
them
sure they're
first.
illithids.
But,
They won't let us back until these guys are dead.
well, maybe not. I mean, if we have the help of the blood hunters, we would probably be. And with
I
the
would
help
like
of the
to
doll.
specify they didn't say dead, they said gone. And they specified they would like you guys to avoid murder if at all possible. But you be the adventurers, you do what you want to do.
Okay, well, now that's brings up another thing: is why would Illithids not want their pursuers dead instead of just gone?
Because there might not be evil.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
Shiki's thinking right now.
Okay, so like, again, I never said to kill the Illithids. It's like I want us to find James, you said there was enough hints to figure out what source is causing all of this commotion, right?
I said there's enough to get a full view of the situation.
Okay.
Not necessarily a solution, but a full view of the situation. Keep in mind, I don't make my modules with a here's the magic MacGuffin. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
No, we're aware. We're definitely fucking aware of that.
They're called obstacles for a
So
reason.
wait, like we should like try to not like work it out, like say out loud what we saw, and maybe like we will find
No,
something.
that would be bad.
No, I didn't say out loud, like all together as a group trying to figure the pieces out.
No, if we mention that we met the illness, they'll
No, no.
immediately attack. They think we're part of.
Not in characters.
I know.
Because right now I'm kind of lost. And I don't know what to do.
There's got to be something we missed. We never actually confirmed that the child was there.
Yeah.
Nope.
And if the priest is capable of reading minds without our knowledge about it, then he could have just plucked that description from our heads.
Also, I'm getting pinged in the Lionheart thing.
They starting up?
Like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was today. All right, well, we'll stop in a couple minutes, but first of all, I want someone to do a roll, so I just pinged them. So people check your fucking Discords. Thank you.
Cha cha, real smooth. I read your username. That's all I could think of is that song.
Yeah. Shot roll to 1.
Said that is a clue you haven't been considering.
Yeah. Remember the message.
Uh-huh.
Killed or be killed.
No. I did. I have been
Question
considering
mark.
that. I have been considering that, which is why I've been trying to essentially figure out an angle to just basically make these guys piss off.
Who would write that message, and why would it be the ultimatum?
No, why would it be in a question mark?
Yeah, the question mark is important.
Or was the question questioning? Okay, so the question wasn't questioning kill or be killed. It was questioning whether those were.
This was the message. That is precisely what the message was.
Where did he post that?
On message session lounge.
Oh, in the session lounge. Sorry.
Session. I'm sorry, I'm blind. Session lounge. Here we go. Okay.
What?
We don't know. The guild receptionist never
Said who.
mentioned who posted it, right?
They said it was some sort of servant, that's it.
They said they found the message where the child was abducted. But they also said they never figured out who left it.
Was it founded?
Oh my god.
You figured it out.
What?
That would be some 4-dimensional chess bullshit. Hold on a second. It's just a really long stretch, so I'm gonna deem it to you.
I
I
kinda
enjoy
want.
being fucked.
I know.
I mean,
It's so much fun watching you guys contemplate this because that's exactly what this was for.
knowing PAX, I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, if it's a fucking 4-dimensional kind of bullshit, yeah.
You want to bet that our breakfast was actually brains? We were just mind controlled to think it was like mashed potatoes or something.
Cool food. Yeah. That would have been hilarious. I bet if Illithid had a sense of humor, I'm not sure if they do or not, in or out of character, but if they did, they
Actually?
would have been giggling at that.
Actually, Keo, I was surprised you didn't jump on that. What did you guys have for breakfast?
Oatmeal?
No.
Porridge, and a cup of
Yo.
water.
Why is porridge significant?
Oh shit! No. Isn't
No.
that like the thing?
Keo, no, Keo specifically.
Oh shit!
All right, James.
Oh shit!
Is that somewhat close? Okay. Damn.
Oh my god!
Is this him? Oh my god, is this him?
It's what? Tell us.
No, I can't, because I don't want to beta.
Oh shit!
But I know who this is.
Hold on.
And
I'm
that's
gonna-
where we're going to leave this session. Good
No!
luck and have fun. We'll
Wait,
plan
wait,
this
wait, wait,
next time.
hold on. Let me be right back real quick. I just gotta jump over to the thing there.
Oh god!
I was surprised, Keo, you didn't pick it up when I started mentioning porridge.
Because I didn't know mind flayers at all. We're part of this.
I'm so fucking scared because I'm lost. But I'm pretty sure. This the
Oh my god, that's absolutely hilarious.
porridge.
Porridge is a type of very simple like meal that a lot of like commoners would eat. So it's essentially like a type of oatmeal.
Yeah.
The significance behind it is it's a reference to something, but it's only a reference that Keo would get.
Yes, it apparently is extremely delicious. Like, fantastically delicious. Like, you could die happy after eating.
Like you would ignore everything else except for porridge.
It's that good.
It's that good.
I'm fucking scared now.
I'm getting some vibes from The Witch, the Lion, and the Wardrobe. Have some turkey delight, darling. It's something along those lines,
I
right?
nuanced so many fucking clues into this, and what you ate for goddamn breakfast was a clue that there were mind flayers around.
Well,
That's how 4D chest I was with this shit.
I didn't know like.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't, but there were
You wouldn't
clues
know.
for various players to find. That one was one Keo was supposed to find. Was him to be like, oh fuck, why are they giving us porridge?
To be honest, I always mix porridge and oatmeal together anyway, so I didn't get the connection right away.
Can't believe
Yeah.
you woke me up for this bullshit. I can't.
Okay, you Duncan, I'm sorry.
I know who this guy is. This is hilarious.
Can't believe you woke me up for an existential crisis.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even my existential crisis. It's my fucking characters. Like I have to. I'm emotionally invested in this now. Like
Isn't that what makes a good game though?
it is. It does. It
There
really
you
does.
go.
Yeah.
None of this changed.
Don't take my complaints as actual legitimate complaints. It's just like
Frustrating.
stop. Yeah.
But that's the point. Is it's frustrating for your character because it's
Yes.
not an easy solution.
Oh my
Yes.
god. It's...
There you go. You're agonizing over the choice.
There's not. I thought Sunflower is.
I'd like to point out in this entire game, you guys haven't fought anything.
Yeah.
Which you should be proud of us for that. Like
No,
seriously.
no, there was a fight. I got bit
Oh yeah,
by.
you punched a fucking mimic, but that's it.
Yeah, but like it's not really a fight. Like we.
Hold on, I'm gonna jump over and see what the fuck they're doing.
Okay. Wait.
This is how I imagine your character in hedgehog form.
For fuck's sake. Oh my god. No, please don't.
Yes.
Austin,
It's a. No, it's.
Look in Misfits Session Lounge. It's Sanic.
It's Sanic.
Sanic.
Why?
bro,
No, Shiki
much-
was hot before, but
Sure,
she's
it's extra
now. For fuck's sake.
So okay, Tam. It's just
Okay.
I love how you say, but she sure is extra. Like not extra hot, she's just extra, whatever that is. Leave it up to the interpretation of the reader. She's
Right.
extra Sanic.
Tio, they are expecting you over there. Session over, and we will pick this up next time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
told them that after this game, I'm heading over to try to go get my shot at CVS.
Okay, so I'm ending the recording.
Gotcha.
Bye, everyone.
So they
Okay, bye.
know.
Well, we might see you because I think.